Before then, he could have seen his kid. You could it was only once the domestic violence restraining order, the DVRO, is in place that he can't break any of the rules in there. Until he served, he could have seen it. Obviously, she would have not wanted to see him, and she would have probably called the cops anyway to come serve him, and then they would have escorted him away. If he came back, he would have got arrested. Okay, so it looked like he was ducking service or something of the sort, and he got served on the 3rd. Okay, makes sense. Makes sense why he files on the 4th. I'll bring this video that Daryl posted of himself to court. He's been out of state, and his representative has not accepted service until yesterday. Daryl has used the last 3 weeks since the orders were made to only increase his online campaign against me. He live streams 24/7. I told you. A woman always going to complain how much you work. That nigga's a grinder. Yes. Streamer University, 24-hour streams, 7 days a week. He did a week stream. Like, just salute to that man. In addition, I've received threats from his friends and family. This has caused me tremendous emotional distress and fear. During this time, I've tried through my attorneys to arrange moderate visits with her son. I even asked the court for orders in hopes he would accept some visits, and he's ignored my attempts. I've also tried to set up a settlement conference, but he has ignored my attempts. Instead, Daryl waited until the day before the June 4th, 2025 hearing to make up claims against me and feign concerns about events from years ago in retaliation to filing of my DVRO, asking the court for orders that would enjoin me from, prevent her from working next month. This is further evidence of his abuse and coercive control. Oh my God, she talking like Cassie. Jesus Christ. He is following through with his prior threats. At any point in the last 3 weeks, he could have addressed any issues with my counsel regarding visits or my scheduled employment out of the country. This behavior is to get more clicks and fame for him online. The court should also be aware that Daryl has been violating the orders made and having his agents and third party text and threaten me. Now, by the way, to whatever lawyer she has and Hallie, the orders don't go into place until he's served. Trust, I know this. They usually tell you this when you get one. Yo, this shit don't mean nothing. It's just a piece of paper. We got to give it to the motherfucker. So if they did text you, they're not violating the orders. The orders only go in place. And if you got served on the 3rd, it went in place on the 3rd. So before then, if he texts you or whatever, he's not violating. You could have got him arrested for violating order that he never got served with. Cool. I'll provide proof of the hearing of this ongoing abuse. I must be on set in Italy to film a movie. I'm contractually bound to be there from June to August. Daryl has known about this work obligation for months. This is my source of income, which Halo and I rely to pay all bills. Daryl has not contributed any regular support since Halo was born. Oh my God. They love to paint you as a deadbeat. Now DDG's a deadbeat. He ain't contribute no regular support. Notice, it's a nice play on words. She ain't say no support. She said no regular support. You know what she basically started hinting at? Let's get this boy on a monthly retainer, man. We need a child support. We need a monthly thing. So all she's saying is, because you know how niggas is, he probably broke her off with 30 grand here, broke her off with 15 here, but it might have been 2 months in between that, or 3. She gets to use a play on words to say no. She doesn't say no support, no regular support. Play on words, man. I will be held liable for the damages to the film if I'm not there, which I believe will be a breach of my contract. I can't leave Halo with Daryl, as he will be out of the town for the majority of months. Halo is also protected persons by the court temporary restraining order. On Saturday, May 31st, Daryl and his brother was recording a TikTok being involved in a fist fight with another man. Oh my God. They gonna use, she using the fact, oh nah, DDG, they using this against the boy. They using this against him. They using this. They're using this. Calm down. Calm down with that garbage shit. Calm down. Damn. Calm down. Calm down with that garbage shit. Calm down. You need to get agent. I don't even know where to sign that. Anyway.
Appreciate it, bro. You're a real one.
You mention the PSP real quick. You look at my football real quick.
Doodle baby!
Hey, calm down. Calm down with that Doodle Garbage shit. Calm down. Can I see the PSP real quick?
Everybody calm down. Everybody calm down.
Real quick. Get it real quick. One picture real quick. Can I just check this nigga?
Come on, check it.
Can I just see the picture real quick? Yes, sir. Hey, clean it up for that.
We're walking night court this.
Hold this real quick. We got going.
Mike, hold it. It ain't hold it.
What you say? What we got going?
What you say? Doodle garbage. I got
That nigga got a root canal. Not a root canal. A root canal. Fuck.
No recording. I got
No, that's my brother, nigga. Watch out.
So now, I ain't gonna lie. Yo, let me tell y'all this. When you listen to niggas like Dr. Umar and shit like that, they tell you only white women do this shit to you. This is the only reason why I gotta say, Dr. Umar, we gotta talk to you, brother. We gotta talk to you, brother. Because when we listen to y'all brothers, y'all say niggas like Shannon Sharp only get done like that by the snow bunnies. As if it was a sister, she don't paint you as a violent beast. That's what Hallie's doing to DDG. We got to clear that up. This idea that black women let you rock out and white women put you in jail. No, bitches put you in jail. Let's just keep it a beat. Chat. Tory in jail getting stabbed, Megan's twerking. Pop that. Shit. It don't matter black or white. As long as they got a vagina, they get you in jail, chat. That's a fact. I gotta keep it a being with y'all. There is no idea that black, listen, put it like this. I done white, Spanish, black, Asian, everything. You know, the only bit after she got a choo-choo ran on her trying to sue, it ain't the white joint. She black as fuck. What I'm saying is, Dr. Umar, we need to talk to you about this because you've been jacking this for a long time. The black woman will also paint you out like a violent beast when it suits her. It's not black, white, this, that. It's all about being a woman or not. It's the character of that particular woman. DDG's own baby mama has now, in trying to wrestle custody for the kid and to say he's unfit to be a parent for his own child, is now saying, look, they just brutally beat down somebody on TikTok. They had a fight. Don't give him custody. They told me only white women did this. I need some answers. Dr. Umar, we listening to you. You said no bunny hopping for the summer. We have seized bunny hopping. It's a tariff on bunny hopping right now. Okay? But I'm going to keep it a bean with you. If for 1 second y'all believe that move that was happened to Shannon Sharp won't happen if you dealt with a black chick, you are sadly mistaken. And Dr. Umar and the people who peddle that type of fuckery, they need to stand accountable for that. Here with Halle Bailey, somebody who they think is a little mermaid. She's damn near a black princess just because of her associations with Roc Nation and Beyonce and shit like that. She's painting out her baby father to be a goddamn menace. Look at this. Look, he was recorded on TikTok being involved in a fist fight. I'll bring to the court the video. Y'all told me only white women did this. That's what y'all told me. Only a white woman would do this. A black queen would never do this. That's what y'all told me. Y'all told me this was white woman shenanigans. Bunny hopping shenanigans. Y'all didn't tell me that our black sisters would do such a thing like this. But yet, she said, I got the video. I downloaded it on TikTok. I'm going to remix it. I'll bring it to court. Y'all told us only the snow bunnies do this. Only the snow bunny will paint you out to be a violent beast. We need some answers, Dr. Umar. Okay, Daryl and the people around him. Okay, see? She even says it. If this was a white woman claiming this, they would say that's what he gets for going white. They're aggressive and angry. Whoa. You telling me our sisters is talking about us black men, calling us aggressive and angry, and claiming that we're not safe enough to be fathers? Dr. Umar, y'all got to clip this and send it to him. I have a huge contention with what you say. I don't think it's a bunny hopping problem. I think it's a male and female problem. It don't matter if the female's from Ireland, Australia, she's from China, Egypt, Vietnam, from Russia, Saudi Arabia, or she's from motherfucking Trinidad and Tobago. She, when if necessary, especially in this climate of Western culture in the United States of America, where women know that unilaterally, when they make an accusation and paint a man to be violent, especially a black man, it is blanketly going to rule in their favor. It don't only white people take advantage of that privilege. It's all women. That's my thing. That's my thing. Don't let me start preaching up in this bitch. Don't let me turn the unk in this bitch. We ain't even get to Cassie's case yet, or the Diddy and Cassie case. Can I get a witness in the chat? Can I get an amen? Can I get an amen or a scorpion in the chat right now if I'm spitting? Anyways. Moreover, Daryl plans to be in Houston, Hawaii, Atlanta, Paris, streaming 24/7 for the month of June 2025, according to his own online post. When he has custody in the past, he's left Halo with his mother. As of June 2nd, 2025, he's been online railing against me, alleging he can't see his son. He's not in Los Angeles. The behavior is not child-centered, and Halo is just being used to further his fan base and online presence. Holy chat. Holy. I'm again requesting the court restrain and enjoin Daryl, as well as his agents, including his family and friends, from posting about her son, this litigation, and all platforms, but it's not limited towards Twitch, YouTube, X, and Instagram. Holy shit. Chat, do you see what we have here? Do you see what we have here, chat? It's getting out of hand, chat. It's getting out of hand. Now, remember, she came with some, what she calls, Angel Reese is twerking. I haven't seen that chick do a free throw ever in life. She twerking and shit now. When the Angel Reese OnlyFans gonna hit, man? I would never pay to watch her juggle a basketball because she not scoring shit. She just throwing the ball over the hoop, catching it on the other side. She tall like a fucking giraffe, so it's like a rebound. So her stats look good. She get 10 rebounds from her own missed shots. Watching that type of fuckery, I'm like, yo, makes me appreciate Little League. Make me appreciate them little mellow ball in high school play. Look more professional than this nonsense. But when I see her out of the basketball outfit and she start put that arch in the back end, trying to shake that ass, I'm glad she don't got no BBL, because I don't like BBL bitches. That's a fact. But I like when she realizing her true talent. It ain't on the basketball court. It's going to be in a nice room with a nice camera on a good old website called OnlyFans, and I've been waiting for it for the longest. I ain't going to lie. She going to break Bad Baby's record when she launched that shit. I don't know why she over here acting like she into basketball. Let's get off of this basketball fuckery and get to the real shit. You know one of them ones? Exactly. Seen this chick twerking and shit on my timeline. I'm like, man, this is a distraction, bro. I'm over here. I just seen her twerking on my timeline. This is a fucking distraction, gang.
Mama, big mama. That big mama for real.
Bitch can't do a post move, but she can shake that fucking ass.
That big mama for real.
Bitch can't do a post move, can't do a motherfucking drop step, but could she drop down and get your eagle girl? Of course she can. She can't do a motherfucking thing on the court. And you niggas who keep saying she can't is a liar. Tall like a fucking giraffe, can't do a fucking basketball move. No drop step, no post fade away, not even a hook shot. Hakeem Olajuwon would be fucking disappointed. You know who would be goddamn proud of her? Pinky. From Onion Booty, yes. Them old hoes would be proud of her because she is showing her talent. And this is what happened. We knew her talent was back to the basket. We just thought she had basketball moves. Her talent is back turned to the screen and shaking that goddamn ass. That's what I'm talking about. I'm fucking with Angel Reese. I just want her to quit that basketball shit, get on to her true motherfucking calling. We want to see in her G-string, a thong. We want her to, listen, chat your bait. I don't know why you letting the WNBA pay her pennies to be there. Y'all should cut a $20 million check. If she could be, come on, gang. Nigga, I would have her playing naked basketball in a goddamn pool, mud wrestling. We're going to do a wet t-shirt contest. We got all type of sports. She gonna be like a triathlon. She is triathlete. She gonna be doing all type of sports. It just won't be playing basketball because she sucks. Fucking sucks. I seen the game. Chick was juggling. It looked like I was in a circus. Bitch, throw the ball over this side. Catch it on this side. Throw it over this side. Catch it on this side. Throw it over this side. This shit not even hitting the fucking backboard. I couldn't believe this shit, man. All she needs is a deal from Pretty Little Things, OnlyFans, and she could be Ruby Rose, man. She could kill Ruby Rose. She got more clout than Ruby Rose. What the fuck is she doing? Anyway.
Real. It's so proportioned though, like.
No, that's what I'm saying. She talking about 200.
It don't even look like it.
That's what I'm talking.
Yeah.
Send it to me. Now let me see your booty. Dang.
Her true talent, gang. I've been trying to tell y'all from the get-go. I don't know what. Yo, she sucks at basketball. She sucks. I've watched her. I'm like, this is garbage. This is trash. This is not good. I know when y'all watch female basketball, it's like watching retarded kids play. I know, because it be looking, you're like, oh my God. But that Caitlin Clark chick, she got a little Jimmy. This chick right here, she freaky. That's all. When I'm watching her, I'm like, she freaky. That's it. She freaky. I'm telling you, man. She would push Ash Cash out of business if she got the right leak tape. I ain't gonna lie to you. The right leak video, she put Ash Cash out of business. Facts. Takeover. Anyway, that's the only takeover she gonna get. If y'all play 2K, she ain't never gonna get no takeover in no goddamn video game because she don't play basketball good. But could she take over the net with some picks? Yup. Take over the net with some motherfucking videos? Yup. Take over the net with an announcement of her OnlyFans? Yup. Let's be honest. Man, she's trash. Who's talking about I want to watch? I watch this shit, man. First of all, the entire WNBA is a bunch of trash-ass motherfuckers. Again, my barometer is comparing them to men. Because women claim they could do the same shit as men. When I watch the men league and I watch the women league, I'm like, this is like watching retarded kids play. Keep it in the bean. Get mad if y'all want. Anyway. I think all of them suck. I ain't even gonna lie. Even the star, what was her name again? Caitlin Clark. Man, Josh Hart will cook Caitlin Clark. And Josh Hart sucks too. You get what I'm saying? Josh Hart sucks for the men, and he'll cook Caitlin Clark. So, I don't like watching that bullshit, man. It's like, why dumb it down? Okay. All right. Are we done? Oh, we're looking at the exhibits. So here's these exhibits. The exhibits, this is her temporary restraining order. Now, watch, they're going to put up a bunch of fan tweets. This is goofy to me. Like, what do you mean? Like, you got a bunch of, like, unhinged fans. Like, DDG not telling his fans to harass you, shorty? And it's not like you're a private citizen. You're popular, too. So, like, look, who the fuck is Phony Parker? You're getting trolled by somebody with 0 retweets named Prangle Hip Hop? Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? Nigga named Bray? Free Halo, bitch? That's what's triggering you? Nigga, I get death threats. Niggas tweet my address. They send shit to my house. Nigga, I just deal with that shit. Fuck it. This chick over here taking some tweets. What the hell? Let's see DDG see his son. Yo, a nigga named Abdul made your lawsuit, gang. Abdul with 7 letters or 7 numbers afterwards. Asia 19072 24 51 50. What the fuck? The mere fact you had to go figure out these tweets, you could tell it's not a lot. Shit wasn't trending. If DDG had said, all my fans go hate on her, you would just see 1 minute, 35 seconds ago, 32 seconds ago, 20 seconds ago. It would have been. Look. How's the nigga named Abdul trolling you? Just block him. Hello? Hallie, hit the block button. Nigga named Abdul, like, Abdul probably in the Middle East in a bomb shelter. What the fuck? Nigga named Abdul can't troll me. It's one nigga. You don't even got a profile picture. How the fuck you complain in court about Abdul? Block him. This nigga's using Elon Musk Skylink. They don't got shit over there. The bombs done deteriorated everything. This nigga can't troll me. Abdul? Troll me? Fuck out of here. Block him. Block this bitch ass thing. You would have got him out of there. DDG Soldier number 2. Come on, bruv. This is a troll page. It's not even really a DDG fan. Sebs with like 10 S's. Nobody can remember how many S's this is really in your name to log in every time, bro. That's not a real page, gang. Or it's just a troll page for somebody. DJ K. Bruv, this nigga got DJ twice in his name. It's a bot. Change W, who the fuck this is? Who is this posted this? One day Halo will understand the damage. This is just a meme. It's a meme. Shut the fuck Hallie. What? Yo, Hallie just got to get off. If these are the posts triggering her, she got to get off social media, bro. You too soft. Man, niggas tell me, yo, when I go through my DMs, I got to filter out 30% niggas repeating to me my address and saying I'm dying tonight. And I'm like, all right. Okay. I look at him like, okay, cool. I check my cameras. I caught my gun to make sure it's good. Make sure my dog's died. And I keep scrolling. I ain't got no time for that. You ain't see me come on like, they're threatening me. Fuck out of here. Toughen up. If we make the millions, you got to deal with that shit. Hallie, you making millions. I know you come from the soft side of the internet. Yes, trolls exist. They're going to call you the B word. They're going to say like, yo, you're horrible. Get over it. Toughen up. This ain't no Little Mermaid shit. Fuck you got going on. Look, who TikTok is this? This is not okay ever. So Hallie, instead of sending her baby to her loving father, she's hanging out with someone who gets paid to look after him. Bruh, I don't like her using fans, man. There's unhinged fans, there's trolls, bro. What is this? Okay, so they had message. I guess this is to attaches a DVRO relating to the e-service or Granberry, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so they were trying to serve him via email. It ain't work. 5 is another thing. Dear counsel, this shall serve as a counter notice for the affirmation of a release hearing tomorrow. Okay. Yo, Hallie, man, toughen up, man. Toughen up, bro. Okay, so they denied it. I'm going to tell you another thing I realized why they denied it for DDG. Let me tell you how domestic or temporary restraining orders work. They need to see a few things communicated, and especially if you say it's an emergency. While DDG expressed violence that's been going on with them, none of the violence he claimed was immediate, and at no point did he say he's in fear of his own life. Okay? Now, he did have some text in there where he said, yo, I don't want you to be at my house, but in your declaration to the court, not your exhibits, they want you to basically say, and this is hard. Trust me, chat. I've tried to get a domestic violence restraining order on somebody, and I'm talking to the judge. That's how it works. You talk to like if you're doing it in the moment, you talk to a judge. And the judge gonna ask you, are you scared of that person? You a man. You not about to say you scared of no chick. If you say no, deny. It's over. You have to literally say, I'm scared of that motherfucker. That motherfucker finna kill me. I think they about to do some shit. My life is in danger. You got to do that. So I didn't think he properly orated that. And I would imagine why. This is going to be online. All their shit is public. DDG don't probably want his fans to kind of look at him like he a bitch. even though he's revealing a lot. Right? Second of all, I agree with her. I do think the timing, it seems retaliatory, right?
Live on X, but he's doing it in the name of the American people to help fight against more reckless government spending, which is exactly what everyone cheered Elon Musk into not into unofficial office with. After all, DOGE, the Department of Government Efficiency, was supposed to be finally what brought a balanced budget and a lack of waste to government by removing waste and cutting abuse and removing fraud from the government. Unfortunately, as we've seen, it's been a lot harder to cut from the government because nobody likes it when money or funding for their projects are cut. And frankly, when we vote for politicians, what do we vote for? We don't vote for a politician who says we're going to cut everything. We vote for a politician who says we're going to get tax cuts or we're going to get more spending. Those are the politicians that win elections, and those politicians take these popular mentalities into office because it helps their cohorts get reelected. Members of the House or Senate get reelected when they spend more money, when they build parks, when they send stimulus checks, when they sign tax cuts, when they put their name on retirement plans like the MAGA account that Donald Trump has in the big beautiful bill. We have politicians who love spending money, which makes sense. That's basically why our founding fathers kind of created a congressional system that designs built-in gridlock, which is really forward-looking because the built-in gridlock kind of helps prevent spending. Of course, there are loopholes. One of the loopholes has to do with budget reconciliation, where ordinarily to pass a bill in the Senate, you need 60 votes. Unfortunately, 60 votes is not what you need for a budget reconciliation bill, because 3 times a year you could use budget reconciliation to pass legislation without having to overcome a filibuster. So long and short of it, if it's budget related, you could get your bill passed with just 51 votes, which is what Donald Trump is hoping to pass his big, beautiful bill under. Unfortunately, Elon Musk has caught wind through, obviously, what the Congressional Budget Office has been reporting and others, that our deficit is likely to increase under a big, beautiful bill. And today seems to be the day that Elon Musk has begun crashing out live. Now, we're going to go through exactly what Elon Musk is saying, and we're going to go through what Donald Trump is saying. But let's just be real. What we have is on one side, Elon Musk talking about how our society should be spending less money, which all of us can agree with. We want government to be more efficient. There's nobody who doesn't want to see the government be more efficient other than maybe the people benefiting from those contracts. But then on the flip side, you have the most powerful person in the world, especially in the Republican Party, no doubt, Donald Trump, who is now seeing his legacy bill threatened thanks to Elon Musk's crusade against him. So let's go ahead and and the big beautiful bill. So let's go ahead and start first with a little bit of what's going on with Elon Musk tweets. So we'll go ahead and start there, and you can see a little bit of what's going on here recently. First, we have Elon Musk quote tweeting CNN articles now, balance the budget or bust, Leader Thune. We also have Elon Musk, I super agree with this guy, February 2018, Speaker Mike Johnson. At some point, Congress has to stop this endless cycle of out-of-control deficit spending. Mind you, now Donald Trump is in agreement with Elizabeth Warren that we should permanently remove the debt ceiling cap. And the reason for this, the argument for this is, hey, if you remove the debt ceiling cap, then we could just focus on should we spend money on XYZ or not. What we have today is, should we spend money on XYZ? Okay, yeah, let's pass that bill. And then 6 months later, oh crap, we don't actually have the money for this, so let's have another fight about it. That's why the debt ceiling is politically unpopular with politicians, because they only want to fight for their expenditures once, not twice. Then Elon Musk goes into, Congress is spending America into bankruptcy. Given that Elon Musk here is quote tweeting somebody who's saying who is right, Elon or Donald. I'm assuming it's going to be Elon. Yeah, 76% of the results are favoring Elon on that particular poll there. Because again, Americans want to see less spending. Elon Musk also quote tweeting Trump, "I'm delighted to nominate Jarek Isaacman, the accomplished business leader, philanthropist, pilot, astronaut, administrator, as the administrator of NASA." Well, I mean, just a few days ago, Donald Trump, after this sort of beginning of the crashing out between Donald Trump and Elon Musk, all of a sudden, Jared gets the boot. Now, of course, politicians on the right side and the Trump administration say, well, Jared has a history of donating to Democrats. Okay. Well, people could say that Donald Trump used to be a Democrat, right? So it's quite convenient that all of a sudden Elon's pick for NASA, whom Elon promoted, is getting the boot after Elon gets the boot. And Elon continues on, going as far as calling Donald Trump a liar in response to this. Elon was wearing thin, which is a little bit of a jab because Elon's been getting a lot of criticism lately for potentially being on a lot of drugs. This is, it really depends who you listen to on this. But I think from what we've seen with Elon Musk and sort of his behavior, he clearly uses some sort of medications and maybe a lot of it. And he's said in the past that he's willing to dabble in, antidepressive drugs or whatever. But let's just put it this way. When we put a video clip like this up on screen, it's hard to argue that, maybe he's just like really tired and the monster like kicks in or something like that. But it's kind of hard to argue that there's not something going on there, right? And so when Donald Trump says Elon is wearing thin, it's actually kind of a slam at Elon potentially, being so at wit's end that, not only do we have this unexplained black eye, which some people rumor mill that there was a fight inside of the White House. Elon Musk says, "Oh, well, a child hit me." People are like, "Nah, man, you got beat up by somebody in the White House." Anyway, so you've got Donald Trump kind of poking the wound there, which is what Donald Trump does, right? Donald Trump is known for this. He's known for kind of poking people where it hurts. And so I think when he's saying Elon was wearing thin, I think that's what he's referencing. Mind you, also, some of the substances that people think Elon uses, certainly ketamine, we've heard him admit to this before. Of course, then he's tried to walk this back on social media. Some people say Musk uses psychedelic mushrooms along with ecstasy, along with 20 different pills, including Adderall, and kind of like mixes up a concoction that he travels with his pill box of whatever he wants. And he says he suffers from terrible, highs and lows and unrelenting stress, which honestly, you kind of can't blame the stress Elon goes through. He's got a lot of stuff going on. But anyway, Trump says Elon was wearing thin. I asked him to leave. I took away his EV mandate that forced everyone to buy electric cars that nobody else wanted. He knew for months I was going to do that, and he just went crazy. To this, Elon Musk says that Donald Trump is lying. Such an obvious lie. Now, in fairness to Elon here, Elon's regularly said he's okay with the EV tax credits going away because he actually thinks it would be net positive to Tesla because all of the other EV manufacturers who aren't profitable would lose their credits. So even though profit for Tesla would go down, everybody else's profit would go down, which would potentially send competition into bankruptcy and then in the long term benefit Tesla. So Elon has been accepting of the EV tax credits going away and potentially even solar tax credits going away, because that's another thing you have to evaluate is it's not just $7,500 for an electric vehicle that goes away, but it's also tax credits that go away for solar panels, home batteries, and the manufacturing of these products. See, that's really important. A lot of people forget that there are also a lot of subsidies in the very manufacturing of American-made batteries or solar inverters or whatever. And, oh my gosh, this gets even more crazy. Look at what just happened. Elon Musk, time to drop the really big bomb. Donald Trump is in the Epstein files. That is the real reason they have not been made public. Have a nice day, Donald J. Trump. Oh, God. What? Okay. All right. So, like, I'm in the middle of trying to cover what's already been said, and now this is being said, which, let's be real, like, we kind of all already suspected that was why Donald Trump wasn't releasing the Epstein files in full and instead was giving right-wing social media influencers redacted copies of the Epstein files that the White House wanted them to have. But now it's kind of turning a little petty. But anyway, back to sort of Tesla for a moment. So mind you that these tax credits, Elon already knew that the $7,500 ones were going away. The problem is not that those are going to go away. I don't actually believe that's why Elon's pissed here. I actually believe that Elon is, I think he's autistic. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. You know, they're really smart autistic people. But I kind of think he is so mentally convinced with we must save money. That's why he went into Doge. Now, Vivek Ramaswamy is not autistic. And he's like, great idea. Let's save money. And right before the election, Vivek's like, take the reins, Elon. You got this. Because Vivek knows that you can't go into government and cut. You're going to get killed. So Vivek's like, I'll just go run for governor of Ohio instead. He had the foresight to realize that cutting in government is really, really unpopular. Talking about government cutting is great. Doing it is bad. Okay? So Vivek had that foresight, which I actually give Elon more respect for that because Elon actually tried. Vivek pansied out, right? So I give Elon more respect there. That said, now you've got Elon Musk railing on the big beautiful bill, saying that instead of a big beautiful bill, you can't have big and beautiful. What you can only have is big and bad or skinny and beautiful. In other words, less spending is better. Now, the problem with Elon's crash out is because he is probably autistic. I don't think he fully thinks through the consequences of what he's doing. Because what he's doing is now he's tripling down on we must cut. I failed with Doge, and now I'm going to rail against the entire Republican Party. Remind you that politicians exist to spend money, okay? I'm not here defending politicians. Trust me, I think it's terrible. But Republicans cut taxes and increase the deficit. Democrats increase spending and increase the deficit, okay? The only way you're probably going to get out of it is by growing the economy out of it. But now, because of Elon's lash out, especially this, now quote tweet, I mean, now it's getting more petty, right? I mean, like, this is really entertaining, okay? Like, this is interesting. Like, I want to refresh this all day long, right? But this is now getting extreme because now we're going away from money in the big beautiful bill and we're going to let's personally attack each other, right? Donald Trump calls Elon Musk wearing thin. Elon Musk says, well, you're in the Epstein files. This is probably how Elon got punched in the White House, okay? They go to low blows. And this is Elon and Trump both do this. Trump is doing this with Harvard and Columbia, and Elon does this with people he doesn't like all the time. Remember, he calls Mark Kelly, the esteemed astronaut, the R word and a disgrace, and also we could talk about all those things in a different video. But the point is, what's at stake now is that Donald Trump is, to 50% of Americans, very popular to fight for, and 50% of Americans very unpopular to fight for. But if you fight for Donald Trump, you pick your side, right? Okay, that's fine. Like, you are totally okay to pick a side. If you want to be pro-Trump, great. If you want to be against Trump, great. The big problem is when you go to war with Trump, Trump doesn't back down. This guy will go petty as you want to go. And so this is a problem for Elon Musk because basically every single business that he's involved in relies on the government. SpaceX relies on the FAA to give them permission to blow crap up over the Gulf of America or Mexico, whatever you want to call it, right? Depending on your political persuasion. So you got the FAA, you got NASA for satellites and missions to the space station. You've got the Department of Transportation and the Highway Administration, NHTSA, for robo-taxis, every regulation on the federal level that can ultimately trickle down to the state level and screw robo-taxi potential progress in favor of alternatives like Amazon. Amazon's trying to get into low Earth satellites to try to provide a SpaceX competitor. Google via Waymo is trying to provide a robo-taxi competitor. So there are a lot of other companies in America that you can really prop up. And this is where one of the reasons we're seeing Tesla stock fall today is because now you have Donald Trump threatening to start cutting all support for Elon Musk's companies and government contracts. Now, this is really interesting because take a look at this. Here's the post. The easiest way to save money in our budget, billions and billions of dollars, is to terminate Elon's governmental subsidies and contracts. I was always surprised Biden didn't do it. Well, this is quite interesting because now what you have is you have Elon, who's really pissed off Democrats. But that's okay because people argue they've already bought all the Teslas that they need. So who cares? Piss off the Democrats trying to get the Republicans. But now all the Republicans are pissed. Now, in fairness, when I say all the Republicans, I don't want you to think of you as a person, okay? You as a person should look and go, in fairness, we spend way too damn much, okay? Our deficit is unsustainable. Totally respectable, normal, acceptable position to have. That is a keen American position. Hell yeah. The politicians waste too much damn money. Totally agree. The flip side is that Republicans who are in power, everyone in the House of Representatives and in the Senate, has now to make a choice. Do you align with Elon Musk or Trump? Well, let's see. What happened to 90% of the Republicans who voted to impeach Donald Trump? Oh, they all lost their jobs. They lost their jobs. They lost all their respect. They lost all their clout. They became loser Republicans that nobody cares about anymore. So this is why fighting Trump politically is probably a death knell. Now, Elon Musk might be going a little aggressive with his claims that he's the only reason Donald Trump won the election. And this is also a really risky thing to do because it, in some way, let's put it this way, if you donate money to somebody, of course you're going to expect recognition or gratitude or whatever. But you generally don't donate to somebody and then go, so I just donated to you. When are you giving back to me? Somebody without the social normalcy there might do that, which Elon obviously is doing. But typically you don't go, hey man, I donated, so when are you scratching my back? Because it kind of screams corruption and you're not supposed to do that. We know it goes on anyway. Okay, Elon's just saying the quiet part out loud. So that's why I say, as an American, this is really entertaining because, we look at this and it's well, Elon is saying all the quiet stuff out loud. I mean, frankly, it is quite possible that Elon would have lost the election if it weren't for his $200-something million of spending, right? But again, some of these things you don't say out loud because you're gonna get slapped back. And unfortunately, Elon Musk doesn't have a political party anymore right now. Because of this lashing out, Elon Musk has lost, to a large extent, Democrats, and he's lost to a large extent now Republicans. Now, I know what that's like because I find myself to be very neutral, very in the middle. I kind of poop on everyone, right? Because I'm I like this, I don't like this, I like this, I don't like, and I end up pooping on Biden and I poop on some Trump stuff and I poop on some of this and some of that. It's mostly because I just bring my unique perspective and I try to provide value where I can. And the one thing I can tell you that I'm really good at is buying lots of houses and getting really good wedge deals and developing real estate. That's why we're fundraising over at househack.com. Remember, it's open to non-accredited investors. You get 5% as a yield plus 100% of the upside in the stock, which is kind of awesome. But obviously there's risk with every investment. Read about it over at househack.com. Okay, so with that said, let's listen to Donald Trump here because it's also somewhat entertaining to listen to.
He's upset. Remember, he was here for a long time. You saw a man who was very happy when he stood behind the Oval desk. And even with the black eye, I said, do you want a little makeup? We'll get you a little makeup. But he said, no, I don't think so, which is interesting and very nice. He wants to be who he is. So you could make that statement too, I guess. Look, Elon and I had a great relationship. I don't know if we're well anymore. I was surprised because you were here. Everybody in this room practically was here as we had a wonderful send-off. He said wonderful things about me. You couldn't have nicer. Said the best thing. He's worn the hat. Trump was right about everything. And I am right about the great, big, beautiful bill. We call it a great, big, beautiful bill because that's what it is. And again, biggest tax cuts in history, biggest economic development moves anywhere. We've never done anything like it. He's upset.
Okay, so yikes. This is aggressive, right? This is an aggressive response now from Donald Trump. And this is, compounded by Elon Musk circulating even more tweets from Donald Trump 12 years ago. I cannot believe the Republicans are extending the debt ceiling. I'm a Republican and I'm embarrassed. Right? Okay. Like, obviously now Donald Trump is pushing for removal of the complete debt ceiling. So this aggressiveness from Elon is leading to these responses for Trump, where Trump is like, oh, I don't know if we can be friends anymore after this. I don't know, man. Like, once you step on my, it's kind of hard for me to care about doing business with you again in the future. This is now, and of course, Elon doesn't have a filter. We know that Elon doesn't have somebody actually moderating his tweets, limiting what he's posting. So look at this. I mean, this is what we just saw. First of all, an hour ago, is it time to create a new political party in America that actually represents the 80% middle? Well, I mean, this is the stuff that I try to do every single day on YouTube, but it's very, very difficult because we have a two-party system, thanks heavily in part due to the Electoral College and the way we don't do coalitions in America, and the way in order to pass bills, you must essentially pick one of the sides, which sucks. This is why when I ran for governor in California, I said that I was 51-49. Like, people always like to say, like, oh, Democrat or Republican. I'm like, nah, man, 51-49. Okay? Because we can like things that are Republican, we can like things that are Democratic, and we can represent that middle. Anyway, but that doesn't work in politics, though, right? Time to drop a really big truth bomb. Donald Trump is in the Epstein files. That is the real reason they've not been made public. So we already talked about this. But and a lot of us already knew this, right? This is why we were getting redacted copies of the Epstein files. We've seen pictures of Donald Trump with the Epstein files. This really isn't that big of a revelation, but take a look at this. Mark this post for the future. The truth will come out. This is Elon Musk just 7 minutes ago. Eric Berger over here, quote tweeting Donald Trump saying the easiest way to save money is to cut Elon's contract. Eric, the space guy, says, this would end the International Space Station and simultaneously provide no way to safely deorbit it. Elon Musk says, this just gets better and better. Go ahead, make my day. It shows you, like, there's no long-term thought here, I think, from Elon on the impact that this could have to a lot of his various different businesses, his employees. And I understand, what Elon is doing is he's just saying all the quiet stuff out loud. We should stop spending. If you're in the Epstein files, it should be revealed, whatever, right? He's saying the quiet stuff out loud, but because there's no filter, unfortunately, his businesses probably are going to suffer in the near term. Might create a great buying opportunity. I don't know. It depends how crazy it gets. Let's go look really quick, shall we? Oh, shit. Okay, I wasn't expecting that. It's now, I started this video and it was down like 10%. It's now 15%. Okay, I wasn't expecting that. But that's really interesting because this morning in the Alpha report, I'm like, I don't think we're going to break the 318. And if we do, we're going to come back under it. I was basically saying, don't go calls on Tesla today because I don't think we can break and maintain these lines. Well, I guess I should have said go puts, but I don't think anybody was seeing this coming. Okay, that's crazy. Oh, we also said there's a top in for CoreWeave because everybody's going to go for Circle. You can watch our course member live stream and fact check that. I literally said that this morning. Like 5 times I said it too, which is really interesting. But anyway, you can join that over at meetkevin.com if you want. So anyway, going back to some of this tweet storm over here. Oh, use coupon code TARIF. It's either tariff or tariffs. I can't remember if there's an S. But if you want to join, you go to meetkevin.com. It's either tariff or tariffs. Watch that. Such an obvious lie. We talked about that. What Elon Musk is doing is genuinely heroic. He will win no friends in politics. Yes. And he will be ostracized by the current administration. Yes. But he is totally right. We, the entire Western world, cannot simply go on pretending that this is sustainable, blah, blah, blah. He's basically talking about the debt. All right. Let's just put it this way. The debt is not sustainable. That is guaranteed. However, that does not mean the United States is going to implode within the next few years. It'll probably take 50 to 200 years. And then the dollar in the United States will implode. But for now, the United States is still too powerful. So yes, in the future, it will be a problem. Is it a major problem today? No. Should we start solving it today? Yes. All right. This is what I said about Jared, who is right. We saw this. Congress is spending America into bankruptcy. Okay, so we already saw this. Let me go see if there are any new truths right now. Yes. There are new truths. Well, are there? Or are those? Oh, no, these were just notification. Okay, I thought the notifications were still. They were showing a few minutes ago, but they're actually 54 minutes ago. All right, so we already saw that. Terminate Elon's contracts. He was wearing thin. We talked about that. And then, of course, talk of progress with China this morning on tariffs, but not actually seeing real progress. So now, this said, how does all of this end? Okay, here is the way to actually end this, okay? I hate to say it, but Elon has made his point. But here's how you end all this drama. Elon Musk needs to shut the F up and probably figure out how to apologize to Trump. That's politically unpopular for the people who support cutting the debt, but there's no election right now. So it doesn't matter. Instead, what matters for Elon's sake is if you care about robotaxis, if you care about Neuralink getting FDA approvals, if you care about the space station and not letting Amazon eat your lunch, then you probably need to bend the knee. That's probably going to be hard to convince Elon to do because Elon is not going to be like Mark Zuckerberg. It's actually one of the reasons why we love Elon, because he's not like another sort of regular suit. You know, Mark Zuckerberg, Trump won, bend the knee. Bezos, let's donate. Tim Cook, donate. You know, everybody bends the knee because they know it's good for business. It's great for business. If you're related to anything Trump, your business is booming. Crypto's booming. Trump wants Bitcoin ETFs that he's launching. Bitcoin or Trump watches you could buy for $100,000. My Pillow is probably buying a new mansion right now because Trump won, right? Like there's so much money in just being on the winning team and then just shilling it. This puts Elon in a really tough place. So you kind of have an Elon where Elon is saying what is true, what needs to be done for the long-term future of sustainability, humanity, and the United States. But it is going to come at the sacrifice of near-term support for Elon's businesses, which, yes, means near-term pain. Now, that could create a fantastic buying opportunity, right? Because, like we said, if tax credits go away for some EVs or all EVs, that could ultimately end up benefiting Tesla. So we'll see what happens. But crazy, absolutely crazy day. Elon literally crashing out against Donald Trump to the point where now we have Elon Musk saying Donald Trump is in the Epstein files. We probably could have seen that one coming. But wild environment. So anyway, if you like these sort of breakdowns or videos, make sure to leave me a comment. You're going to have two types of videos you can look at here. I just posted a Blackboard video on the channel, which has very constructed thoughts on what I think about Donald Trump's economic reset. We talk about jobs, the Federal Reserve, and AI. I highly encourage you watch it. Well, and then, of course, you have these sort of live breakdowns of what's going on, why Tesla's crashing, why Elon's crashing out, why Donald Trump is freaking out, and what's going on. Leave me a comment. Let me know. Do you like one? Do you like the other? Do you like both? Give me a little bit of guidance. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for being here. And Do these still work?
Just close the fucking door. Close the door.
Even though I'm a licensed, not that one.
Go yourself.
That's Elon's line.
Is that clear?
All right, we'll see y'all. Appreciate you. Like and subscribe.
The Last Word with Lawrence O'Donnell starts right now. Hey, Lawrence.
Hey, Jed, thank you. And thank you for letting people know what's coming up at this hour. There's just so much to cover. And of course, we have breaking news tonight about Donald Trump's travel ban. We're going to get to that later in the hour. Governor Hochul is going to join us here. You know, as you know, the Republican budget bill cannot pass without the votes of the House members from the state of New York. Where much harm will be done by that bill. The governor is going to tell us what she might be able to do to protect New Yorkers from some of that harm, but some of it is pure federal government activity that these Republican House members from the state of New York, so they voted for it the first time, but when it comes back through for the final passage, will they be there? That's the big question.
Always the big question. And some of them said they would never support Medicaid cuts, and then they did.
Then they did. Yeah. So here we are. Thanks, Jen.
Thanks, Lawrence.
Thank you. Well, the breaking news of the night is that Donald Trump has issued another travel ban. It is a total ban for anyone except athletes entering the United States from 12 countries, and a limited ban on people entering the United States from 7 other countries. The bans do not apply to athletes, coaches, and their immediate relatives traveling to the United States for the World Cup, the Olympics, and some other sporting events. The 12 countries facing a total ban are Afghanistan, Burma, Chad, Republic of Congo, Equatorial Guinea, Eritrea, Haiti, Iran, Libya, Somalia, Sudan, and Yemen. The partially restricted countries are Burundi, Cuba, Laos, Sierra Leone, Togo, Turkmenistan, and Venezuela. The claimed reason for the travel ban is the failure of the named countries to properly screen and vet travelers to the United States. The other obvious reason for announcing the travel ban tonight, that will take effect on Monday, is to turn our attention away from Elon Musk's war on Donald Trump. Elon Musk has not mentioned Donald Trump's name in his now nonstop attacks on the Trump budget bill, but Elon Musk is using his loud social media voice to urge Republicans to kill the bill in a steady stream of angry and bitter tweets. Elon Musk began his war against Donald Trump at 1:34 p.m. yesterday, saying in his most anguished Twitter voice, "I just can't stand it anymore." And he called the Trump budget bill a disgusting abomination. And as of tonight, Donald Trump remains cowering in abject, silent fear of Elon Musk. The proof that Donald Trump is terrified tonight, after the richest person in the world turned against him, is that Donald Trump has remained absolutely silent about Elon Musk's attacks on the Trump budget bill and Donald Trump. Now, when is the last time someone with a loud public microphone called Donald Trump, or something Donald Trump was doing, a disgusting abomination without being immediately attacked by Donald Trump? Remember, Donald Trump has attacked Taylor Swift for nothing. Donald Trump attacked Bruce Springsteen for something Bruce Springsteen said at a concert on the other side of the Atlantic Ocean. And Donald Trump attacked Bruce Springsteen immediately. Donald Trump's rule of life, as he announced in the first book published in his name, which of course was ghostwritten for him, that whenever he is criticized or something he's doing is criticized, he always has to hit back harder. That's Donald Trump's rule. But Donald Trump dare not strike back against the richest person in the world. Maybe Elon Musk can push Donald Trump to that breaking point that Elon Musk himself reached yesterday at 1:34 p.m. when he screamed on Twitter, "I just can't stand it anymore." Donald Trump might get there, but Donald Trump has never, ever taken longer to get there, as he maintains his fearful silence about Elon Musk. Elon Musk continued his attacks on Donald Trump and Donald Trump's budget bill, beginning in the middle of the night at 2:07 a.m. when Elon Musk said, "It more than defeats all the cost savings achieved by the Department of Government Efficiency team at great personal cost and risk." Now, there's Elon Musk reminding us of his complete failure to cut trillions of dollars of federal spending that he claimed he was going to cut, and then asking for our sympathy at how much it personally cost him in lost Tesla customers and dropping Tesla stock prices when America and the world turned against Elon Musk as he played the role of Donald Trump's executioner. The world turned against Elon Musk, with Tesla sales dropping around the world, while Elon Musk was deciding to take food away from starving babies, from starving children, from starving people of all ages who depend on famine relief from the United States Agency for International Development, which Elon Musk personally decided to destroy. And Elon Musk now wants us to feel sorry for him about the cost and the risk that he suffered while being Donald Trump's executioner. 7 minutes after that tweet, at 2:14 a.m., Elon Musk tweeted, "This immense level of overspending will drive America into debt slavery." No, it won't, but it is more debt than the country has ever had. And 14 minutes after that, at 2:28 a.m., Elon Musk attacked Donald Trump and his budget bill again, saying interest payments already consume 25% of all government revenue. This is Elon Musk speaking, so of course that's not true. Interest on the debt is not that high. It's high, but not that high. Elon Musk then put down his Twitter machine for almost 8 hours and then began attacking Donald Trump and his budget bill again just after noontime today. And then Donald Trump finally arose from his Twitter silence about Elon Musk attacking him. And at 1:59 p.m., just over 24 hours after Elon Musk launched his direct attack on Donald Trump, calling Donald Trump's budget bill a disgusting abomination and saying anyone who supported it should be turned out of office, Donald Trump bravely tweeted about Elon Musk without comment, simply by retweeting the old Elon. Elon from May 28th, 7 days ago, when Elon Musk tweeted, "As my scheduled time as a special government employee comes to an end, I would like to thank President Donald Trump for the opportunity to reduce wasteful spending." And then in that same tweet, Elon Musk told this lie: "The Department of Government Efficiency mission will only strengthen over time as it becomes a way of life throughout the government." And that was only 7 days ago that he was telling that lie. And now Elon Musk is telling you that his budget cutting mission has not just completely collapsed, it has been completely overrun by the Trump budget bill, which the Congressional Budget Office said today will increase the national debt by $2.4 trillion. Now, imagine how deep Donald Trump's fear is that when he couldn't stand it anymore today and he had to tweet something about Elon Musk attacking him for 24 hours, Donald Trump's attack, the only thing Donald Trump dared to tweet, was an old Elon Musk tweet with no comment at all. And 2 minutes before Donald Trump tweeted that old Elon Musk tweet, Elon Musk tweeted a new one telling the Republicans they needed a new bill. And 6 minutes after Donald Trump's tweet, Elon Musk tweeted another new one: "No one who actually reads the bill should be able to stomach it. That means you, Donald Trump." And then 44 minutes later at 2:50 p.m., Elon Musk tweeted, "Call your senator, call your congressman. Bankrupting America is not okay. Kill the bill." And it didn't take long for the childish mind of Elon Musk, seeing the words kill and bill so close together, to just turn that into a movie poster version in his next tweet 8 minutes later using the title of the movie, Kill Bill. The Congressional Budget Office estimate of the impacts of the bill released today shows that close to 16 million people would lose health care coverage because of the Trump Republican budget bill. Republican Senator Joni Ernst's response to concerns about losing health care coverage at a town hall in Iowa was to say, quote, "We are all going to die," which she seemed to mean sort of maybe as a joke, but then instead of apologizing for what she said or any misunderstanding of what she intended when she said it, she decided to mock people who didn't like her response and insult those people by pretending that those people don't know that we're all going to die someday. Today, the Senate Democratic leader Chuck Schumer said this.
Donald Trump is just lying about the bill. Lying about the bill. Well, here's the "We are all going to die" act. It says nearly 14 million. It's 16 million, getting closer to 16 million, according to CBO's numbers, we've been told.
16 million people losing health insurance thanks to Republicans voting for Donald Trump's disgusting abomination. Mike Johnson, the perpetually in-over-his-head guy who got the job of Speaker of the House when Kevin McCarthy was kicked out and no one else wanted the job, is the kind of in-over-his-head guy who's willing to tell you publicly who won't return his calls.
Well, I'll tell you, I called Elon last night and he didn't answer, but I hope to talk to him today. I mean, it's not, it's very friendly and we've laughed about our differences on policy before. I'm not upset about this.
No, he's not upset about it. He doesn't look upset about it. Why should he be? He was a junior member of the House who got catapulted into the speakership from obscurity after a coup. He gets the biggest office in the Capitol. He gets a bigger paycheck than the other House members. He gets Secret Service protection. He's second in line for the presidency in the line of succession. Why would he be upset that Elon Musk is trying to destroy his disgusting abomination and won't return his calls? Mike Johnson's lucky to be there. So, of course, Mike Johnson's not upset about it.
I'd love to talk to him this week and hope he calls him back today. I talk to President Trump, all the time, multiple times a day. Obviously, we've talked about this. As you know, he's not delighted. Elon did a 180 on that.
Okay, so we got it. So Trump, easy to get on the phone several times a day. Musk won't return the call of the Speaker of the House. So there's the Speaker of the House wandering the halls of the Capitol, sounding like a high school kid on a tour, saying he really hopes the richest person in the world calls him back today or someday. And here's what the richest person in the world did after Mike Johnson said that. Elon Musk took that video of Mike Johnson saying, "I hope he calls me back today," and he put it in his tweet at 2:05 p.m. saying, "No one who actually reads the bill should be able to stomach it," which means no one should be able to stomach what they heard Mike Johnson say in that video when he's hoping Elon Musk will call him back today. Congressional leadership has never looked more pathetic, more chaotic, more childish, or more, to use Elon Musk's word, disgusting. If the Senate fails to pass the bill, then the Republicans will have to start all over again. And tonight, Senator Rand Paul has said he will vote against it, and he sounds like he means it. Senator Ron Johnson has yelled about the bill, sounding as if he will vote against it, but there's no reason to believe any of the rantings of Ron Johnson. Republican Senator Joshua Hawley says he won't vote for the bill with what he calls Medicaid benefit cuts, but he has said he will vote for work requirements being imposed on Medicaid, which will be used to kick people off Medicaid who are unable to find a job. That's one of the ways millions of people are going to lose their access to health insurance. Truck drivers at the Port of Los Angeles, for example, and other ports around the country who are losing their jobs now because of the Trump tariffs, will not be able to turn to Medicaid. And Joshua Hawley will vote for that. Sounds like he's going to be fine with that. The only Republican senator willing to say publicly that he is ignoring Elon Musk is North Dakota's Kevin Cramer.
If Elon was going to give me advice on how to get to the moon, I'd listen. You know, if he was going to give me advice on how to raise several $1 billion from other billionaires, I'd listen. But he doesn't govern, you know, and so to be honest, Elon just is not that big a factor. I know he's a glamorous sort of celebrity, but he's not a big factor in it.
Kevin Cramer is in year one of a 6-year Senate term, and that's always the year when senators are at their bravest. Senator John Thune of South Dakota, now the Republican Majority Leader of the Senate, said after a meeting at the White House with Donald Trump today, the plan to deal with Elon Musk is to simply lie about the bill.
Why do you think Elon Musk is trying to kill this bill?
Well, I can't speak to, his reasons other than what he stated. And I think that what he stated was that he thought it was something that would add to the deficit. And we believe the opposite.
And that is like believing that the earth is flat. But Republicans are willing to publicly believe anything to deliver massive tax cuts to Donald Trump and his billionaire friends. John Thune is saying that Republicans are simply going to lie and say the Congressional Budget Office, for the first time in history, is wrong when they are telling us that legislation will increase the national debt. The Congressional Budget Office has never been wrong about the overall budget impact of legislation. They might not project exactly the right number, but when they say the legislation will reduce the deficit, it always does. And when they say the legislation will increase the deficit and the debt, it always does. And any slightly sharp high school math student could tell you that the Republican budget bill will dramatically increase the national debt. But Donald Trump has spent years leading up to this moment, years teaching Republicans just how much they can lie. And so it will be lying season about the national debt for Republicans, with Elon Musk continuing his attacks on Donald Trump and what Elon Musk calls the disgusting abomination that is the Trump Republican budget bill. And there's John Thune admitting that it is such an indefensible abomination that they just have no choice except to lie about it. Coming up after this break, the Republican budget bill cannot pass without the votes of the Republican members of the House of Representatives from the state of New York, where 1.5 million people will lose their health care coverage if the bill passes. New York Governor Kathy Hochul joins us next. Donald Trump and Republicans have a plan to kick 16 million people off of health insurance, including 1.5 million people in the state of New York. New York State alone would lose $13.5 billion in federal Medicaid funds if the Trump Republican budget bill is enacted. New York Governor Kathy Hochul and House Democratic leader Hakeem Jeffries held a press conference on Sunday to discuss what Elon Musk is now calling a disgusting abomination.
They're taking a wrecking ball against vulnerable children and families and senior citizens and people who are too sick to work. If we can't take care of them, what does that say about us as a nation? And why do they need to be the collateral damage in these wars?
It would visit upon the people of New York and the American people the largest cut to health care in American history, the largest cut to Medicaid in American history. Children will be hurt, families will be hurt, seniors will be hurt, everyday New Yorkers will be hurt, people with disabilities will be hurt.
Every New York Republican member of the House of Representatives voted for the Trump Republican budget bill, including Congressman Mike Lawler, who is reportedly considering running for governor of New York. Mike Lawler failed to protect the 142,271 Social Security recipients in his own district when Elon Musk and Donald Trump decided to close the Social Security office closest to his district. Joining us now is Democratic Governor Kathy Hochul of New York. Governor, thank you very much for joining us tonight. Lawrence. I want to begin with this point about Congressman Mike Lawler. This used to be completely bipartisan in Congress. If you had a government office in your district, near your districts, like Social Security, helpful to your community, the president, the administration of your party would never close that, ever, because you, as a Republican or a Democrat with a Democratic president, if they were even thinking of it, if it was ever on a list, you'd get in there, you'd fight for it, you'd keep it open. That didn't happen here.
That shows how insignificant the members of Congress are. All the power has been ceded to the other end of Pennsylvania Avenue. It's all in Donald Trump's hands, and they're sitting there on their hands, silent, afraid to say a word because he might help somebody in a primary against them. They've been paralyzed into inaction. And as a result, if one single person, Mike Lawler, Elise Stefanik, anybody else who thinks they're running for higher office, any one of them had voted against this bill, it would have been dead. And they did not look out for the rural hospitals in their districts that will close, the thousands of people thrown out of jobs in an area where it's hard to get work in our red parts of our state, the most rural areas. I know them so well, my old district. And Mike Lawler letting that Social Security office close, it serves 7 counties. Now people have to travel over an hour, hour and a half. Some have to go to Connecticut to get services. And if you're walking into an office for social services, Social Security services, you're usually an elderly person, can't get around, you haven't figured out how to use your computer, and you're showing up in person, and now you've got to travel over an hour. Thank you, Mike Lawler. Thank you, Republican members of Congress, because you clearly don't give a damn about the people who put you in office.
In upstate New York, the areas we're talking about now, frequently hospitals are one of the very big employers.
Yes, sir.
What do Medicaid cuts of this scale mean to those hospitals?
Hospitals will lose $3 billion in the state of New York per year. We can't help solve that problem. This is federal dollars that we need to have here. It is a major employer. Like I said, when I represented 7 very rural counties in the reddest part of our state in Congress, I'd always want to see who the employers are when I went to visit our small. The hospital was always the largest. Then sometimes it was the prisons. Then it was county government. It took a long time to get a private employer, because these were where people got their jobs, they worked hard, they struggle. It's hard to recruit doctors, so they're always living on the margins. So this basically says it's not just going to close for Medicaid recipients, it's going to close for everybody. When your kid gets sick, needs emergency care, your parents are having a heart attack, mom or dad are sick, you're not going to have a hospital to get them to. That's how serious this is.
The Medicaid is the single biggest payer for nursing homes, not just in New York State, but throughout the country. It pays about 40% of the revenue to nursing homes. What does it mean for nursing homes?
100,000 people in the state of New York who are in nursing homes will lose their Medicaid coverage. Now, what are the options? If you're in a nursing home, you're usually in a difficult situation, right? Are you going back to your family's couch, your grandchildren going to live in their spare bedroom? I mean, it does not have a path forward. That's why the insanity of this bill has to be stopped in the Senate. Never thought I'd be relying on the Republican Senate to bail out our country, but that just shows how desperate we've become, that we're counting on them to do the right thing.
And if there's any changes in it, I mean, you used to work in the Congress, you know how it goes. If there's any changes in it in the Senate, it goes back to the House. Mike Lawler gets another vote on this in the House. The pressure would be on the New York House Republicans once again if it goes back to the House.
Well, even if he sees the light and all the constituents that are really unhappy with him right now force him to change his vote, you'll never walk away from that first one. You'll never be able to walk away from that.
This is all happening at the same time where Donald Trump is imposing tariffs that the trade court has said are all completely illegal. You're a border state with Canada. You do an awful lot of trade across that border every single day. That's important for all of New York. What are the Trump tariffs doing to your state?
The Trump tax is devastating for the state of New York. We have a 450-mile shared border. We're basically neighbors. We don't even think of them as a foreign country at all. And so we have a $50 billion trade balance. And what that means is it's farmers who can't export into Canada anymore because they won't accept our goods, and nothing is coming our way because they can't afford it. One farmer told me that it's going to cost him $10,000 more a month. And these people live on the margins. They have a bad crop. You know, the chickens have to be killed because of bird flu. I mean, they're always struggling. And the cost of everything from aluminum to steel to the shavings that they get to put in the stalls because we get them from the trees in Canada. We have such a synergy with them. But it's not just the crops and the business going back and forth and the trade of commodities. It's also the tourism. Lawrence, they're not coming over. They used to fill the stadium in Buffalo because Buffalo Bisons are an affiliate of the Toronto Blue Jays. They usually third of the people going to Buffalo Bills games and hockey games and our small tourism towns up in the North Country, Lake Placid and Saranac, like in Plattsburgh, Lake George, they're all suffering now because the Canadians are saying not just this threat of tariffs, but the fact that you're talking about taking over our country. It is so insulting to our Canadian friends. I understand it, but flights from Canada are down dramatically at JFK. They're not coming to New York City. They're not spending money. They're not going to the shows. And the rest of the state is feeling the ripple effect. It is devastating.
The Republican budget bill, they're working on it now. You've already got a budget. You did your job on a budget much earlier than Washington, as usual, I would say. You had to do the best you could with that budget, with the information you had at the time. Might this be a situation where you have to come back if this Republican budget becomes law, come back and revisit the New York State budget?
We may have to do that, but what I want to talk about for 1 minute is my budget in contrast to what's happening in Washington. When we talk about these tariffs, we're talking about over $3,000 to $6,000 more in additional costs. Everything's going to cost more, especially commodities from China. I'm focusing on affordability because I know New Yorkers are struggling. My own family used to live in a trailer park, clip coupons. We bought our clothes at used clothing stores. So when I see parents, moms and dads today, trying to make ends meet, I said the best thing I can do for them is to help lift them out of poverty or lift them out of their circumstances, put money back in their pockets. I have $5,000 going back in the pockets of New York families with child tax credit, middle-class tax cut, and inflation rebate, covering the cost of school lunches and breakfast for every family. And parents are so grateful, but I'm going to put that in this pocket, and the Trump tariffs are taking it out because everything's going to cost more. So families feel like they just can't get ahead. So we'll come back if we have to deal with this. I expect we'll come back in the fall, but we received $93 billion from the federal government. I can't make that up. No state's going to make that up. So that's the harsh situation that we'll be seeing when cuts to everything. The largest cut to nutrition program is happening. Title I under education law means that schools in New York State that take care of our highest need kids will be cut. There's no part of our state that will be untouched if that devastating bill becomes law. We must stop that.
Governor Kathy Hochul, thank you very much for finding the time to come by and see us. Really appreciate it.
Great to see you again.
Thank you. And coming up today, according to Donald Trump, Vladimir Putin told Donald Trump that he will respond very strongly, as Donald Trump phrased it, to Ukraine's drone attack on Russia. And Donald Trump apparently said nothing in response to Vladimir Putin's threat. That's next. In every version of the White House that does not include Donald Trump, after the president speaks to the Russian president, for example, by phone, White House staff would publicly release what they call a readout of the phone call. It would be as complete a summary of the conversation as possible, but in the Trump White House, we, of course, just get a social media post from Donald Trump. Donald Trump today posted, "I just finished speaking by telephone with President Vladimir Putin of Russia. The call lasted approximately 1 hour and 15 minutes. We discussed the attack on Russia's docked airplanes by Ukraine and also various other attacks that have been taking place by both sides. It was a good conversation, but not a conversation that will lead to immediate peace." President Putin did say, and very strongly, that he will have to respond to the recent attack on the airfields. We also discussed Iran. And Donald Trump obviously didn't say anything very strongly back to Vladimir Putin after Putin told him that he is going to attack America's ally, Ukraine, again. And when Donald Trump uses the phrase very strongly, we know that he means that admiringly. He only uses that phrase admiringly. And so there's Donald Trump saying in Trump language that he admires the way Vladimir Putin plans to strike back very strongly at Ukraine and kill more children and kill more civilians, because Vladimir Putin has never limited Russia's attacks to military targets, the kind of military target that Ukraine struck last week. We're getting new images of the extent of the damage done by Ukraine's drone attack. Ukraine released this footage of drones hitting Russian bombers. Ukraine's security service said that it had struck more than 40 bombers deep inside Russian territory in an operation dubbed Spiderweb. Satellite images showed destroyed and damaged Tu-95 and Tu-22 bombers, which are considered by military analysts to be crucial to the Russian Air Force. Joining us now is Michael McFaul, who served as the U.S. ambassador to Russia for President Obama. He's an MSNBC international affairs analyst. Also joining us is retired Lieutenant General Mark Hertling, the former commander of the U.S. Army in Europe. And Ambassador McFaul, let me begin with you, because I know you've been involved in composing what becomes the public readout of high-level phone calls like this. Tell us how that's normally done and what you make of what we saw today from Donald Trump.
Well, you're right, Lawrence. I worked 3 years at the White House for President Obama. I set up those phone calls. I was a note taker in those phone calls. I listened to them. I speak Russian, so I hear both sides. When President Obama was speaking to Russian leaders, Medvedev or Putin, and then I would write exactly what you're talking about, of course, with my colleagues, and we would write those to advance American national interests. We would write those to communicate what we were seeking to achieve in those phone calls. And what is striking, as you rightly underscored, is this is just him like reporting it out, speaking very strongly. And he does like that phrase and talking about Vladimir Putin. He's used it many, many times. And the biggest point that you made, I just want to underscore it. There was no pushback, nothing. Like, they're about to attack Ukraine. What can I do? And when we talking about it, again, I just repeating some of the very excellent points you made, but the Ukrainians attacked military targets. By the way, I want those folks on my side. And the Putin attacks, I guarantee you, they're going to be civilian targets. They're going to be children. They're going to be grandmothers. And yet no response whatsoever from the president. Those are missed opportunities. When you get a chance to communicate about the call and all you do is say he spoke very strongly, that's a big missed opportunity.
General, what's your military assessment of what Ukraine accomplished in that strike? It seems to be a new level of offensive action by Ukraine.
It is, Lawrence. And if you don't mind, I'd like to reinforce what the ambassador just said, because they're responding very strongly that's the way Putin has to work. And without President Trump saying anything, it puts him complicit in the kinds of war crimes that Vladimir Putin has been committed, literally thousands of them. But to go to your question in terms of the operation itself, this is what the military calls effect-based operations. It's specifically geared toward targets that are key to the strategy And I would suggest that this particular operation, which was brilliant in my view, and kudos to the Ukrainians for executing it the way they did, again, reinforcing hitting military targets. If these were docked airplanes, that means they even avoided killing the crews of those airplanes when they hit them, but it prevented future attacks. But when you have a effects-based operation, it's a combination of special operators, intelligence personnel, targeteers, people on the ground. And in this case, the Ukrainians even used, as we now know, Russian truck drivers to get the targets or to get the ammunition to the place where they could hit the targets. So all of these things, what I'd suggest, certainly hurt the Russian military in the terms of billions of dollars and loss of a major element of their strategic air force, but it also hurt their economy. And that's where Vladimir Putin and his Russian Federation is in dire straits right now. And I think the Ukrainians are certainly not only targeting for the military targets, but they're targeting continued emphasis on the Russian economy, which is right now in dire straits.
And General, I want to stay on your point about this targeting. Donald Trump doesn't seem to have any comprehension at all about the difference between a military target and a civilian target. And there's no, I mean, Donald Trump could have said to Vladimir Putin, you know.
They're talking like men. They got rosters. They fuck everybody. I keep telling y'all, this only benefits men. So I think Diddy start feeling himself. Remember, he got Cassie at 19. He got Gina at 22. All of a sudden, he got his ops baby mom at 34. He got Young Miami at 28. But here's the thing. You can't get no young bitch from Miami. Where's she from, Dade County or is it Broward County? Them chicks ain't, like, they not. You almost got to square up with bitches like that. Like, come on now. That's how I believe Diddy fucked this whole shit up. Should have never got a ghetto bitch. All your chicks should have looked Japanese or Chinese or looked like Cassie, Gina, and the other one. What's the other one called? Daphne. Anything goes with them.
And who was having sex with her boyfriend in freaky-dicky type of ways because she enjoyed making him happy and she enjoyed the allowance. That is not, what is she a victim of? I'll wait. I will wait. That's exactly what I'm waiting for, is evidence of her being a victim of something. She's not even a victim of prostitution. I actually don't believe that prostitutes are victims because prostitutes are willing persons. The difference between a prostitute and an S worker is that an S worker is doing it due to threats or coercion. So S working is not voluntary. Prostitution is. That's the distinction there.
The OJ.
So we can respectfully disagree. I appreciate respectful discourse, and you were being respectful in my chat. So welcome and thank you, Simone. I feel like.
Okay, where is Unc? Unc, we need you to make sense of this, Unc. We need Unc to make sense of this. Is Unc not here? Is Unc is here?
No eyewitnesses.
Unc is here.
Puffy was at Kid Cudi's house. The LA cop that said he came up the street and saw the black Escalade leave. He don't put out
APB.
Be on the lookout. He don't pull over the Escalade that Puffy is supposedly in with a firearm. He say he just let it go. Come to find out, the street Kid Cudi live on is a cul-de-sac, meaning ain't no other outlet. So you gonna see this Escalade twice and not pull it over. Kid Cudi said Puffy blew up his car. All right. Arson is a part of the RICO. 5-0 come out, fire department come out, they do a DNA swipe, fingerprints, the DNA come back to
a woman,
a female.
Hey, chat. Shout out to who this? Shout out to my man Too Cool Chris. Yo. Shout out to Too Cool Chris. You know what I mean? He copped something off the site. I actually just copped a hoodie. My boy with the Academy hoodie. Shout out to you, my boy. And also shout out to he copped the sweatpants. My man, who this? Kamel Gauze. Thank you, my boy. Thank y'all, man. Y'all go cop this shit, man. Like we got a few more inventory that we got to clear, and then we finna drop. I approved a new lineup for July 4th. It's gonna be nice.
I thought Puffy did it. The DNA come back to a honey.
You say a honey.
Well, where's the fingerprints? Where's the DNA? The LA Police Department destroyed it.
Destroyed it.
The evidence that they collected of the DNA being a woman is somehow missing. This is when Alexandra Shapiro, Puffy's lawyer, asked for a mistrial. Y'all introducing this evidence. You got these witnesses getting on the stand lying about Puffy blew up this man's car, and ain't no evidence that he was even there. No evidence he was even there. No evidence he was even there. Alexandra Shapiro said, mistrial. Judge, I put in a mistrial. They tampering with the evidence. Then they bring who else they brought on there? They brought on Mia. Are
you doing a little recap? Let him cook, chat.
She meet with the prosecutors 27 times. Mia, why did you meet with the prosecutors 27 times? So that we can understand my story.
That was crazy. You meet with a prosecutor 27 times that they can understand. Nigga, this shit can't be Game of Thrones. What the fuck you got going on? If somebody got to tell me a story 27 times, something wrong with that fucking story, chat. Something wrong with that goddamn story. There ain't something wrong with that story. Stop playing, chat. Something wrong with that story.
That's what she said on the stand. She sued Puff for $10 million. Dawn Rashad sued Puff for $6.4 million. Then they brought this girl up here today, well, they brought up there yesterday, Brianna Bongala. She tell this whole elaborate Santa Claus, Easter Bunny, Woody Woodpecker, Bugs Bunny story that Puffy hung her over the balcony, brought her back. She said on the stand, she fought her way back. That's what she told prosecutors. She met with federal prosecutors 7 times before the trial. She met with them yesterday, probably met with them today, met with them Wednesday, Tuesday, met with them every day this week before court. Cassie texted her yesterday before court. Deontay texted her yesterday before court. Hey Deontay, hey girl. Cassie and Brianna, they just ain't platonic friends. They more than that. Because Brianna only like women. She don't like dudes. She ain't attracted to dudes. She got girlfriends. She like, you know what I'm saying? That's her thing. What's happening, baby?
What up, brother?
I see you.
How you doing?
Oh, thank you, man.
I love it. Hickey Freeman.
Appreciate you, man. The Hickey Freeman joint.
Tell little Sean I said, what up?
My man. Brianna and Cassie get together. They smoke weed. They sniff blow. They do GHB, they do Molly, they do ketamine, they do Cocoa Puffs.
Yo, chat, what's Cocoa Puffs? Y'all gotta put me on game. I want some Cocoa Puffs. I want some Cocoa Puffs right now, chat. I'm on Amazon. I need some Cocoa Puffs. That's cereal, right? Like, you put cereal? Like, Cocoa Puffs. You put cereal with the fucking drugs? How'd that work? Ain't it should be like it's mighty delicious or something like that?
To keep me from going cuckoo for the great chocolatey taste of Cocoa Puffs, I'm going to ride up and down this elevator all day. That's Cocoa Puffs! Yay! Go for Cocoa Puffs! Go for Cocoa Puffs!
Chocolatey tasting Cocoa Puffs, a part of this balanced breakfast with 10 important vitamins and...
What this got to do with drugs?
They do all of these drugs together.
How's that a drug?
Puffy stepped to Brianna and say, yo, stop getting Cassie so high. Puffy tell Cassie, stop hanging with her. Brianna get on the stand and she tell this big Jiminy Cricket leprechaun story, Easter Bunny, Santa Claus down the chimney on Christmas Day. Puffy hung me over the balcony. Sidebar. This sidebar. Sorry, baby. All right. She tell the prosecutor.
That was a dope moment.
Puffy hung me over the balcony. I fought my way back. Then he grabbed me and put me back over there. She told the feds he put her over there twice. Then he picked her up and then threw her onto the balcony furniture. She hurt her back, bruise on her leg. She was wearing a neck brace. She don't call the 5-0. She don't call the ambulance. She don't do none of that. She said she went to a chiropractor. Check that out right there. This man just threatened your life, but you go to the chiropractor. This is her story. This is her story. Don't blame me. She said it in the court. Don't blame me. The prosecution put her.
Wait, Diddy fighting over cereal? The cereal was Cocoa Puffs?
We want to thank you. Come here. Don't sit on the bed at night. No homo. No, just don't get close to the bed. Don't get close. But it's just like, yo, we want to thank.
Why the hell did Diddy keep saying? Yo, I ain't gonna lie to you. Yo, if Diddy ever called me from prison, I only got one question from him. Why did you say no homo, but when you're homo? Like, this is kind of crazy to me. Chat, I'm Jamaican. There's own like. Why is Diddy like denying being gay so bad? Bro, you like semen. Whatever.
Thank you for hosting the thing, man. It's been a pleasure. You didn't have to do it, and you did it.
No. I definitely didn't have to do it. I definitely didn't have to. First and foremost, I'm not getting in the bed. Shout out to him and what he did. I'm just gonna, if we can, just let's just put the camera a little this way, just so we're not. I don't want my shot to even, I don't want it to come close to the bed, at all. I should look like he fresh off a goddamn plane. I should.
Fresh off the garden stage. That's my brother right here from day one. We used to wake up and, pause, but like just how. Back in the days when he was like 10 and I was a little bit older, his
10.
Older brother, we used to fight over the Frosted Flakes. You know what I'm saying?
It went from Frosted Flakes to Cocoa Puffs. Yeah, these niggas don't got no taste. Frosted Flakes taste way better than Cocoa Puffs. I don't know what these niggas got going on.
Put her on the stand. Prosecution put her on the stand. She go to the chiropractor. The chiropractor say, who did this to you? She said, I ain't tell him, I just paid and left, and I got a neck brace. Nicole Westmoreland said, yeah, but next week, the following week, you and Puff, you was at one of Puff's shows. He let you come backstage. You in the dressing room, you got front row seats. And Brianna, you took a picture at the concert. You took a picture with the neck brace on. Click. And then after you took the selfie, you took the neck brace off and went back chilling with Puff. Yo, true story. True story. This is what the government, this is what the prosecution's witnessed. The prosecution, under its own volition, under its own choice, with its own judgment, with its own decision making, on its own choice, chose to put Brianna on the stand. Yes, they did. 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 And Nicole Westmoreland said, Nicole Westmoreland from Atlanta. Shout out to Atlanta. Shout out to Morris Brown College. I used to live in Atlanta. I went to Morris Brown, historically black college in Atlanta, Georgia. Morris Brown is the best college in Atlanta and the state of Georgia. You know why? Because I went there. That's why it's the best. Nicole Westmoreland said, oh, you gonna put her on the stand? I bet. Bet. I'm with that. Nicole Westmoreland said, yeah, I'm with that. Nicole Westmoreland, you understand? The first thing she said to her was like, I got it on the top of the dome, but I got it written down. But I got it on the top of the dome. You understand? Because my memory is so money, right? Nicole Westmoreland said, Brianna, do you understand that you've been given immunity from prosecution as long as you tell the truth? Do you understand that? Brianna said, yeah. She said, you know that you could be prosecuted if you tell a lie. Do you understand that? Brianna said, yeah. Nicole Westmoreland said, who makes the decision whether you get prosecuted or not for telling a lie? Brianna said, the government. She set the tone. She set the tone. But Brianna think this is a joke. She thinks she playing. She thought when she first met with the government, she thought it was a meet and greet. And then when she saw Nicole Westmoreland, she thought that was a meet and greet too. Fool them, devil. Fool them, devil. She thought Nicole Westmoreland was a meet and greet too. But Nicole Westmoreland wasn't playing the radio. She don't play the radio. Brianna tells this elaborate story, put the neck brace on from the chiropractor, take the selfie, click at Puffy's concert, then take it off and go back out and chill with Puff and Cassie at the concert. After Puffy dangled her over the balcony twice, 2 weeks later, her and Puffy sitting down smoking the blunt. Her and Puffy smoking weed together after that. Nicole is like, why this man did this to your life, threatened your life, but you going to his concerts, you smoking weed with him. Why are you still going around him? And you met with Puffy again at Cassie's crib at the same place where the balcony was. And you went back to the same apartment where the balcony is. You wasn't scared? You wasn't scared? Come to find out. Y'all stay right there. Don't go nowhere. Let me get my stuff right here. My phone over there. Stay right there.
Hold on. All right, goddamn. My boy Sean T. Now, he getting right, though. Hold on, chill. Let him cook.
Rihanna.
Actually, I'm going to skip forward because I want to hear him talk about Jane Doe. Here we
Bring
go.
her over the balcony.
Oh, we still didn't get to Jane Doe yet? Jane Doe, the fuck? Brianna's a liar. She is making shit up. We want to get to Jane Doe. Jane Doe is a 50 Cent baby mama, and she's over here doing freak offs. We want to know what's really going on. Sean G, get to it, bro.
Y'all got to give me 500 thumbs up, man. Y'all got to give me 500 thumbs up. I got 377. Double tap that screen, give it a thumbs up. Let's put it on 500. It's hot as a firecracker out here. It's like 80, almost 90 degrees out here. I'm sweating all in this shirt and my hat. I'm still cool though. I still look good though. I still look money though. Brianna, isn't it true, Brianna, that this balcony incident never happened? Now Nicole Westmoreland is hocus pocus, keep the focus. Hocus pocus, keep the focus. Nicole Westmoreland focused on her. And all the answers she could give is, I don't remember. I don't remember. The same thing Mia was saying, oh, you gotta ask my psychoanalyst, you gotta ask. Now we asking you. We asking you. Then Nicole Westmoreland, she tired of playing with her. She tired of playing with her. 469. I need 27 more. I got 473. Run it up. Nicole Westmoreland playing with her for 2 days. Nicole Westmoreland like, man, I'm done with this. Nicole Westmoreland from Atlanta. She's from Atlanta. Oh, Georgia girl. Oh, black girl out of Georgia. Nicole Westmoreland out of Georgia. She from Georgia. She from Atlanta. I used to live in Atlanta. I used to live on Buford Highway. I used to live in Orstown. And then I stayed on the campus in the AU Center at Morris Brown. Morris Brown, the best school in Atlanta. You know why? Because I went there.
Y'all don't eat fish fillets at McDonald's? You missing out.
Shit, if they would have had you on the menu, I would have ate you. This W Riz? Gotcha. With a mask on, you ain't never know. Thank you, my sir. Ooh, big buku structure. Did you have found my 5? Both of y'all had founders? Yes. All right, real structure. And my little brother, Prosper. What this is? Yeah. Everybody had fries? Yeah, ketchup. There you go, my 5s, Zadorn. Everybody had fries? Hold on 1 sec. No, because before I pull off, I want to make sure we got everything. One more Fanta? It's right here. Who had the large fry? You. Oh, me? All right, somebody. That's a meal. All right, we should be good. What you had, Momo? What other fish fillet? Is this a fish fillet?
Yeah. Oh, I got extra cheese.
I appreciate that, my sir. Everything's structured. All right.
Wait, Momo got his fries.
Wait, one more fries enough?
Whatever fries. You ain't got no fries.
Oh, right here.
I need a fry.
Oh, you want mine?
No.
You can have mine, baby. I'll just get a few of yours. Here you go, Momo.
Wait, what my chicken nuggets?
Chicken nuggets. Oh, we ain't got chicken nuggets. Oh, they right here at the bottom. All right, everything structured.
Thank you. Get your fry, you paid for.
I just don't like to do the most at the window.
What?
Like, I don't like putting people through. They already going through a lot, bro. I just like to get in and get off.
So why we stop right there to make sure our food was right?
Yeah, no, but I'm saying, because make sure everybody food is there. But it's like shit, a missing fry, you can have my fry.
Thank you.
It's structured. Everything's structured, right?
Yep.
Everybody got their shit. Oh, the fry. Oh, who got they I had extra mayo on mine. I'm trying to see which one got extra mayo on it. Damn, they don't label shit.
Look. mayo, baby.
Here you go, extra mayo,
This
extra
is like no mayo.
No mayo? What type of?
Oh, you want to leave?
Nah, I'm not gonna go back though. I eat it like that. I eat it like that. They got that wrong. They said no mayo. Oh my God, I love mayo. Shit. They done unstructured me with that one. I ain't gonna lie. That shit unstructured like a motherfucker.
No, man.
Man, I'm just gonna put ketchup on this bitch. Milk fries. Damn, bro.
I
They
would have made
done
sure that
thugged
shit was vertical. Man, they put extra tartar sauce.
He begging for a brain.
Well, you're in the big leagues now.
How was your vacation, sir? Oh, I needed one.
With your 10% loyalty program discount, that's $225 for the night.
Not bad.
$155 for the night.
Hold up. How?
It's easy when you know where to look.
Trivago compares hotel prices from hundreds of sites, so you can save up to 40%.
Trivago is my secret tactic.
Hotel Trivago.
Taco Bell's $5, $7, and $9 Lux Cravings boxes give you a whole world of tasty indulgences, including the slow-roasted flavor of the Cantina Chicken Burrito. For less, choose your Lux Cravings box only at Taco Bell.
Hey, look at that. They got one of DirecTV's new genre packs.
I think you mean genre packs.
Yeah, that's what I said. Now they can pay less and peck just the TV they want.
Pick the TV they want.
Yeah, now you're getting the picture.
I give up.
It's a big match, and only the best will win.
Just blaze. Godzilla bankroll. Stole some silly on. Yo, I ain't got it all. That means I'm barely home.
Meet Bird Buddy, a smart bird feeder created for nature lovers who want to connect with birds like never before. Our smart feeders capture every bird visit with stunning photos and videos, using AI to recognize and identify each bird, including the tiniest, fastest ones. But Bird Buddy isn't just about feeders. It's about connection. The Bird Buddy app lets you track visitors, collect bird postcards, and share the joy with family, friends, and a global birdwatching community. With Bird Buddy, every moment becomes a chance to slow down, connect, and experience nature like never before.
Why do they doubt the kid? I'm about to prove them all wrong again. I got a low tolerance, cause they don't even know what the problem is. It's me.
I ain't gonna lie, that shit slowed me all the way down.
No, huh? Keep that damn up.
You gotta slow down when you moving fast, cause that car liquor that.
Everybody a burger. It's too much tartar sauce on mine.
You don't like those bullshit.
Is everything structured back there?
Structure fuck.
DJ Grimlock, appreciate that sub, my gangster lean.
Oh, somebody said, get your buzz ball. Can we get closer?
I'm so full, I can't eat a buzz bar.
Huh?
You don't even eat buzz ball. You eating that shit like that.
I gotta rap about how good this shit was.
This be so crazy.
Woo! Oh! Oh yeah. Just left McDonald's, I done got me a mixed spice and shit was good, I like it. But they left my fucking fries, that shit made me mad. I almost cried up in the seat, laid back with that. Oh, Lily, yeah. I do this for Lily, yeah. I wanna go to sleep. I ate my fucking mixed spicy, I wanted a number 3. Now we on that road, finna pull up only Rudy. But if Rudy go to jail, they might put a finger in his booty. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm on my top, I'm on my shirt, ain't got no mind. Up in that car, I snuck that iron in this bitch. Alright, you wanna get your get back, huh? You wanna get your get back, huh? Oh, where you run at? Oh, you ain't playing for keeps, so you ain't clutching your piece, so you ain't protecting your piece. You know I say strap when I ain't like bikes need a bit modes. If I ain't got a Ruger or a pump, I keep a snug nose. If I ain't got the K or the carbon, I keep a Draco. And you know, your nachos, you acting like you macho, nigga. I'll bust your shit and knock the sauce out your nachos. An itty bitty creeper. I run a creep with some preachers. If you run on keys, sip, bring some diesel, big mix, and I keep it for my protection. Ain't no missing, but no fixing. I bless it. One way went. If I'm my brother's keepers, man, you know I got your fucking bag. I'm sorry, babe. I bet you didn't. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Leave it for long.
I'm sorry.
That shit.
They don't change your color back to orange.
I'm sorry, baby.
Bro, what the fuck, man?
I'm sorry. I hate when I piss you off, baby.
Ooh, what you say?
When I piss you off, it changes the atmosphere of the energy.
What?
You don't like those voices.
Is everything structured back there? DJ Grimlock, appreciate that sub, my gangster lean. Is everything structured back there?
It gotta be December.
December and not gonna have fun.
DJ Grimlock,
Nigga,
appreciate
we are
that
the
sub,
fun.
my
We just
gangster
gonna go
lean.
and be fun.
I'm so full, I can't eat a buzz ball.
Yeah, man, nigga camping out there, boy. Nigga really keep that bitch.
Is everything structured back there?
The way you run it.
DJ Grimlock, appreciate that sub, my gangster lean. I'm so full, I can't eat a buzz ball.
The way you run it.
Is everything structured back there?
Run it.
DJ Grimlock, appreciate that sub, my gangster lean.
When I ain't like bikes,
I'm so full, I can't eat a buzz ball. Is everything structured back there?
You acting like
DJ Grimlock, appreciate that sub, my gangster lean.
the itty bitty grease, y'all run the grease.
I'm so full, I can't eat a buzz ball. Is everything structured back there? DJ Grimlock, appreciate that sub, my gangster lean.
Say that, bro, you know I'm with that.
I'm so full, I can't eat a buzz ball. Is everything structured back there? DJ Grimlock, appreciate that sub, my gangster lean.
Oh, where you run it?
We get closer.
I'm so full I can't eat a Buzz bar.
Huh?
You don't even eat.
Is everything structured back there? DJ Grimlock, appreciate that sub, my gangster man.
We get closer.
I'm so full I can't eat a Buzz bar. Is everything structured back there? Structure. DJ Grimlock, appreciate that sub, my gangster man.
We get closer.
I'm so full I can't eat a Buzz bar. Is everything structured back there? DJ Grimlock, appreciate that sub, my gangster man.
What? Come on, so get your buzz ball.
I'm playing.
We get
DJ Grimlock, appreciate that sub, my gangster man. Nigga capping out here. Keep that bitch on gang. They say Enzo jealous. It's okay. We're gonna find him somebody. We're gonna find him somebody. It's structured. So you ain't. Like bikes need dildos if I ain't got a Ruger or a pump. I keep it snug nose. Oh, I swear. You acting like you macho, nigga. I'll bust your shit and knock the sauce out your itty bitty preach. I'll run it to it. If you think I got my rod at home, kill yourself. Drink some Diva Smith and West, and I keep you know preaching, but I'm this and I bless it. One way tickets to heaven. I ain't gonna lie, I think that lens made a big difference. Like that shit looks so clean. Like this new lens is just. I'm glad I just stopped and. Man, new lens this shit, because that shit was looking kind of... But that new lens right there is straight structure.
I ate.
You gonna eat again? You definitely gonna eat again. I say that. I say.
You already tired.
W lens, my nigga. Appreciate that, my father doing. A bow. Now, where you rod at? Bitch, you lagging out here? You think they capping out here? Think a nigga just... What you on, boy? And for keeps, so you ain't clutching your piece, so you ain't protecting your piece. What? What you looking for? What you want to see? What it say, baby?
I was looking at the chat.
Hey, if you're new to the chat, make sure you hit that follow button. We are 900K. We are on the road. We are on the road. Let's get it. Structure.
Wait, where we at right now?
Posted up with Lily, yeah, she ride with daddy. Smoking on that weed, I be riding the traffic. Oh. It's back. Here you go. I say, hey, you gonna be my hype man? Be my hype man, structure. I say I'm thugging with Lily, we be riding in traffic. I'm thugging with Lily, you know she ride with daddy. Yeah, oh, I found the dog. I say I'm rolling with my driver, yeah, we roll in traffic. I'm thugging with Lily, you know she ride with daddy. I'm thugging with Lily, you know she ride with daddy. Right up in this car, you know, and you fucking listen up. Don't go when you in this ride, because you need to look me in my eyes when I'm up in traffic, you know, I'm riding in traffic. Rolling with Lily, you know she riding daddy. Yeah. Now this shit structure, buku brush on my shoulder, nigga. Carrying this weight feel like some boulders, nigga. I know you love me, but if you fucking love me, don't judge me. Thugging in the car, you know we riding in traffic. I'm rolling with Lily, you know she ride with daddy. You know she ride with daddy. Thuggin' with Lily, you know she ride with daddy. Put your leg up. Some motherfucking leg up. We'll get the out your drawers. Get the doodle out your drawers. She digging doodle out the drawers. She digging doodle out the drawers. Thuggin' with Lily, you know we rollin' traffic. I'm rollin' with Lily, you know she ride with daddy. Oh, you know she ride with daddy. I'm thuggin' with Lily, you know you riding traffic. She thuggin' with daddy. I'm rolling with Lily, you know you riding traffic. Get your doodle out your drawers. Yeah. Get your doodle out your drawers. Doodle out your drawers. She digging in her booty. Oh, she digging in her booty, baby. Digging in your booty, baby. Thuggin' with Lily, you know we riding traffic. I'm rolling with Lily, you know she riding with daddy. Oh. No, she ride with daddy. Oh, you know she ride with daddy. You ride with daddy. No, I just want to go to Dubai, bro.
Bro, you just not said.
No, we roll with daddy. No, I'll go to Dubai unless I gotta be on the plane that has a shower in the bed. Like, I can't feel boxed in. Like, I gotta feel like I gotta lay there. I gotta be comfortable. I can't sit up straight like this on a regular plane for 15 hours. By the time I land, I'm going straight to the hospital. For real. Shit. Enzo, you structured? What's going on? You all right? They said check on you. It seems sad back there. What's going on, man? You got a bad text?
I'm straight, man.
You straight?
Yeah.
Somebody said I got 81,000 experience points. What that mean? Enzo structure, y'all. He just in the back recouping. It's okay, Enzo. We're gonna find you a date by the end of this day, all right?
Yeah.
This shit gonna be structured. That's gonna be your last and final date, okay?
Yep.
They said the plane Deshae went on to Dubai, he got up and went onto a bar, huh?
Oh, yeah, that's what
Let me call the youngin', man. Let me call the youngin', man. I'm thugging Willie. Who else wanna call? Oh, Deshae. Hey, bro, my brain be all up. Doug and Willie Lee, you know we riding in traffic. Yo, my Pasadom, I'm on stream right now. I got a question for you.
What's the word?
How much was the flight? Because I'm over here talking about Dubai and shit. How much was the flight you was on? They say the one you went had a bar and everything.
Yeah, I got a business class. It was like, I think like 5,000.
The bed and shit was structured?
Yeah, it was cool. If you do first class, it's like 10. I think you get a shower. I think the only thing is like a shower or something.
First class like 10K?
Yeah.
All right, bet it's structured. And I got your text. I'm going to talk to you. I'm going to chop it up with you off camera.
Yeah, just later. Yeah, that's good.
Real structured. The Shea band from Dubai. I heard.
This shit is bound for Dubai.
Yeah, they say he took a nugget of weed to Dubai. I didn't want to get an action why he got banned check because I kind of know why. It's like, well, I kind of heard why, so I just don't want to just, hey, why you got banned? Like, do you think a nigga want to be reminded of them banned from Dubai? No. Because one day you going to want to go back. For real. That's structure, huh?
Yeah. You are good, bro.
I ain't never been to Dubai. I'm ready to go to Dubai like right now. Like, drop everything quick. Dubai is in trouble. I need to go. No, real shit. You know what? December. After they shit though. What dates are Lagos? Cause we gotta go by New Year's. So what date? Way before. So that's what we're doing, a world tour then. We're doing a fucking world tour. After Lagos, for New Year's, Dubai got this like this super fireworks show thing. I want to go. That's structured.
Let's get it.
You can't yell in Dubai. I already know. I'm gonna shut the fuck up and walk accordingly.
Nah, I'm at the water. I'm so scared.
Can we stream? I don't want to go to jail or get in trouble. Man, I go to Dubai, I'm gonna be on my best behavior, nigga. I heard they lock niggas up and don't let them go. Shit, I gotta make sure I tap in with the right people. Now, you can't film without permission? No, you can't stream? They love streamers? Facts. 56 nights. Mo vlogs? Oh, yeah. All right. So that's who I need to tap in with, Mo vlogs? I think I've seen this channel a few times when I'm searching up Dubai. Who I need to tap in with and when I'm in Dubai? Or who I need to check in with, bro?
You don't need to check in with nobody.
Yes, I do, bro. You gotta check in with people. Yes, I'm gonna check in, bro. Cause you don't check in, that's how it happened to you. Nigga fuck around and turn you to a camel, you don't check in out there. He said, you heard what he said, lady? It ain't scared, it's just respect.
There ain't no respect. Who made that damn rule? Nobody.
Get him, they say get him, Lily. Trill Brando, appreciate that sub, you heard? But by check in, I mean like when I'm out there, like where to go, like people like, you know, you got to. That's
checking in is different.
Yup, Kofi, appreciate that sub.
Nah, shit though. I ain't gonna be the one to get locked up. Bro, that's how I talk. Okay, let me back to my
Mike structured. Yeah, we moving structured. Wait, why is he blue? Is it blue? Oh no, it's fixed. It's fixed. I ain't gonna lie, I'm loving that lens. Hood Juice, appreciate the sub, Hood Juice. You real structured. But yeah, tonight I'm gonna be going on TikTok. I told y'all to make the videos on why and how, like you know, and I'll be picking, man. Make sure you stand out, you heard? Tell them, Momo. Gotta stand out, man. You gotta show me why you prust. You heard me? Trill Brando, appreciate the 5 gift, man. Let me turn the fuck up. That nigga going crazy in this motherfucker. Hold on.
Really need my glasses.
Trill Brando, what down 5 is a dorm? Cody the Reaper. Cody the Reaper.
Yeah, Cody the Reaper.
Appreciate that gifted sub, my brother. Sean Gang.
Where you running? Bitch, you lagging on shit. You think they camping out here? They rapping on shit. Where you running? So you ain't playing for keeps. So you ain't clutching your beat. So you ain't protecting your joint. Where you running? Bitch, you lagging on shit. You think they camping on shit. Think they rapping on shit. Where you running? So you ain't playing for keeps. So you ain't clutching your beat.
So you ain't protecting your peace?
You know I stay strapped with iron like dice. Need death. I ain't got a move or a whoop.
I ain't got a K or the carbon. I keep the
Drake. I swerve on your block and leave some shells. Ain't not the taco. Since I'm out of tacos, you acting like you macho. Bitch, I bought some shit and knock the sauce out to nacho.
A itty bitty creature, I run a creep with some creatures. If you think I love my rod at home, Smith and Wesson, I keep it for my protection. Ain't no creature but the mission, I bless it. One-way tickets to heaven. Music, I put my heart in his. I'ma risk it all to win. Hang up and I won't call on it. I'ma risk it all to win.
Another Mike D.
I say they don't know how far I've been. I'ma risk it all to win. Huh? Right here. I say they don't know how far I've been. I put my heart in it. I'ma risk it all the way. Hang up and I won't call again. I gotta watch who I call my friends. I watch them do some fake shit like loyalty cost. You know, I bet they do this shit now. I don't put my head in the cloud. And I'm running it down. Nothing but they loving me now. When I call, not at all, but I quit praying my songs. One of a kind, I can never be cloned. Nigga, chill, I put this man in your jaw, and you know I will.
Yeah, I shoot a nigga smooth in the face with this bitch. On the hill, east side, 1600.
They don't know how ball I've been.
Music, I put my heart in this. I'ma risk it all to win. Hang up and I won't call again. I gotta watch who I call my friend. I swear you don't know how far I've been.
Music, I put my heart in it.
I'ma risk it all to win. Hang up and I won't.
Alright, babe, this song for you heard me?
Styler. What up, B nigga? This beat jamming, man. What's good, nigga? I got some shit I won't say. I'm just gonna say it.
Yeah, I got this secret I've been keeping from you. Every time you come around, I just get weaker for you. You made me cancel all the plans I had this weekend for you.
I told a girl I did it. Who I think I like her? I never seen nothing like her. She aspires to be a writer, but ride the bitch like a biker. The more that I try to fight her, she keep clinging to me. It's like the pussy go whistling and singing to me, telling me come here, I need to break it off, break it off, and snap out of it and shake it off.
It's back on,
shake
Momo.
it off, shake it off. It's like I'm
All right.
the fuck out that I wrote this song about you, telling me I know
Love.
With some punches and let mama on that juice, acting bad in the club, and that dude looking hard like he won't get his ass stuck. On that vodka, I got casa, on that Henny, I got drugs. Mix that brown with that white, I forgot where I was. On my top, on my shirt, Mr. Zanny with the purse. Transform in this bitch, make a nigga go for surf. Hold on, I see you turned up for the summer. You doing your little dancing, can you bust that bill like London? Can you bust it like me? Bust that bill like London? Can you bust it like me? Bust that bill like London?
We back. What up, Chris? What's that? I'm Chris.
What up, Bob?
Come on this side. All right, we here. We at the Root Crew auditions.
What's good, y'all live?
Yeah, we live. You know, we live at 5, bitch. You know this bitch don't cut off until I cut off. You heard? Real structurally, bitch. Hey, yeah, it's structure. Hey, I really wanted to take you to this. I'm gonna talk to you off camera.
Hell yeah.
Cause it got some structure shit going down.
Shit, let me know. I'm about to run the Best Buy though.
You gonna run the Best Buy?
Yeah.
Shit, I don't know. How deep is it? Like, there's about a good 20, 30 people. This everybody?
Nah, I think people are still coming, bro.
We at the Root Crew auditions, chat.
Yeah, man.
We finna jump out. Come on, Momo Senpai. Huh? What the thing down for who? For who? Oh, all right, it's structure. Down by 5.
Yeah.
Put the business here. Shit, cool and structure. Oh shit. Oh yeah, that's live right now. That's live. We structured.
Okay.
You ain't getting out, babe? Alright.
Yes, sir. Yep.
Rich African, huh?
Yeah, that boy. Oh, let me see.
Hey, you good? Go ahead.
They auditioning?
Yeah, my little homies though too.
From who?
My little homies.
Come on, let's find them. Let's see how the Root Crew, What up with y'all? What's down? You bust that bitch, man. What's down with y'all? What's down with y'all, man? Structure. All right, chat. We at the Root Crew auditions, man. It's structure.
Hey, what up, man?
How you finna run this?
We started in like 20 minutes.
Oh, y'all starting in 20 minutes?
We just got here too.
Y'all
like
just got here?
5-10 minutes ago.
So you moving with buku structure right now?
Yeah, so we trying to get it right, bro.
Is we lagging? My shit ain't even working. Is we lagging, chat?
It's about to go down though. We got a bunch of scenarios, IQ tests, motherfucking all type of shit.
Okay, no. Oh, we structured. They say we structured.
Yep.
All right, best.
So
What's up? What up, ISIS? Huh? And one, appreciate the sub.
Huh? What are you doing here? What I'm doing here? Auditions. For like videos and stuff.
Like he's auditioning like.
Just to put people in videos and shit.
So like looking for people to outfit.
Yeah.
How many people are you recruiting out there? Like, how you picking?
I don't know, bro. You know how it be sometimes. Shit. You want to say another?
It's predominantly dudes out there.
For real?
Yeah, it's like mainly a lot of dudes.
I mean, shit. Let's
Yeah.
see what they got, bro. You know, you never know. Never know, bitch. I'm kind of nervous.
Oh my God, that's nugget.
What?
Nuggets, is that you? Nugget. My favorite meal. Nugget, oh my God, Nugget, are you doing? Are you fine?
I'm fine.
God bless you. I love watching you.
Thank you.
You're
What's your
welcome.
name?
My name is Melissa.
What?
Oluwasimile.
Who?
Oluwasimile.
Ola Timmy Lane.
Oh,
He do need a date though.
Well, Nugget, are you free for prom? Let me take you out. For prom.
You might be structured, you hear me? You might be structured, you hear me? That's an option for you, you know? And we're gonna do the E-dates and shit. So you and you know?
Yeah. Enzo prime date.
It might be.
This might be my prom dates. You got this might be my prom dates.
Get a number, man. Get structured.
Foo-foo.
Get a number, man. You gotta move structured.
Foo-foo right there, bro.
Yeah. Ooh.
Nugget.
Yeah. From the fuck, you hear me? What's down with it, man? How you doing? Good. Structure, nah.
Nah, that's crazy, bro. That's insane.
You know?
Oh, let me see your grill. That boy shining like a diamond now.
You got a stylist for this shoe?
That is me. Me and Rema. Style me right here.
What you got on, bro?
One-on-one Rema.
Oh, yeah?
One-on-one.
Oh, that came from Rema too, the pants?
Nah. I bought this one.
That boy can't stop smiling now, you heard? Yeah.
What's your group? Huh? You don't get weights.
That boy can't stop smiling, Chad.
Wait, you don't want grooves?
These Invisalign.
Why don't you get grooves?
I can't, but my teeth gotta get straight.
I
want to straighten
my
my
own
teeth.
is not straight.
I know, but I want to make mine straight.
But I know you got Invisalign, right?
Yeah.
What it supposed to do?
And then straighten it out.
It ain't doing it.
Well, you see the before and after, you'll see. My shit used to throw up gang signs. Real shit.
It's good, bro.
Nah, it worked though. It worked.
What's that? Movers?
Nah, we're trying
Big Nord, appreciate that sub.
Son nuggets guy, like a nugget.
Nugget? You like nuggets?
Yes. In barbecue sauce too.
Oh yeah? You like putting Diddy sauce on it?
Bro, what's he with all these zesty jokes?
No, like that's what we say like out here.
Yeah. Nah, we don't say shit. He say that shit.
Hell nah. What up, man?
What's up, bitch? You know it's structure.
This has to be a Diddy audition you're doing right now.
Oh yeah. Diddy audition.
This is a Diddy audition you're doing right now. Oh, you scare me, bro. I can't
Damn, I need some nail clippers, man. This shit.
I can't.
You funny, bro. Shit, I ain't the one that did nothing to you. Oil on you, Slutty.
Slutty did that.
That's fucked up, bro.
Wait, he the one came to the sleepover with baby oil. Talking about ain't nobody going to sleep. What you mean ain't nobody? You trying to slip and slide at the up? Huh? I know this shit gonna be funny, man.
You guys have ended, so it's like a collab record or something like that.
Yeah.
Ooh, really.
But like, you know, we gonna put our twist to it though. We're gonna put our twist to it.
Yeah, for sure.
It's gonna be different for different purposes too.
All the way in the parking lot, we got people running through. But we got to play basketball in the park's closed. You gotta get out for a trip to run over there.
This shit gonna be crazy. Chad, y'all want to see some of this?
Shop finna pull up too.
Don't do the most what?
You don't know her. She helping with the paperwork.
Who you got?
Shop.
Okay.
And Nadia said she for me.
Wait, Nadia?
Yeah.
Like Nadia.
She said she here.
He told me to chill.
So damn hot, man. It's probably me.
You say what?
Yo, it's hot.
Change the title? Alright, bet. What to change the title to?
Bro, you know this shit on my
You guys are fitting my team before doing this. Or with structure.
What'd you say?
I'm asking if I should have fitting my teeth.
Said you straighten your teeth?
I feel like I'm good like this. I'm good like this. I should be good. Nah, but guy, imagine you have a party tomorrow. Yeah, real. Not real. The structure, bro. It's a real structure.
And the shitty part is that if the hair's probably
Oh, nothing.
You really got to go up. You don't eat.
Somebody changed, one of the mods changed my title to something about that Rule Crew auditions or something. Hey, Veronica. Alright, that's structure. Appreciate that, J Fly. They look like they ready out there, Rue.
I'm waiting on home now.
Oh, where they at?
They got 10 minutes, 15 minutes.
Oh, home with the best by what he lost.
Some audio shit, and then shot like 5 minutes. She getting the paperwork together.
What type of paperwork?
Just NDAs.
Oh.
We got a construction bill. But you know, they not that far. They like up the street.
I'm good for the pool party, guys.
You structured then.
Oh, but this app the chop that fast. Guy, just watch the 360p, 160. If you watch the 160, that's it.
Bro.
I seen you too.
Yeah, is that BB?
That's fine.
That BB Saggy?
Where's your mic? Are you done? Let me use my mic.
Code of the Reaper, where you raw at? Code of the Reaper, where you raw at?
They good. What up?
Yeah. No smiling when I was.
They say what?
Yo, chat, why is your unkin is back? A little bit more of Sean G later, but please, if you guys could show some support, surveilling our son and me. Only the snow bunny will paint you out to be a violent. Look, Ignifilo, what's up with your client, man? Why are you looking at the jurors like that? Why are you looking at them like that? You know one of them ones? Look, you ever seen Diddy looking at the dollar bill? They said this how Diddy in court. Why did he looking at the jury like that? Why did he doing all that? Why he doing all that? Take that shit going on. You feel me? Why you looking at the jury like Meek Mill in the pool? Why? We just want to know. He doing all the extra shit. Holy. All right, bet. Let's get back to the beginning, though. They just went on a break, so we're going to catch y'all up real quick. Westmoreland is back today again. I keep telling you, right now, she's cooking. Let's play my man Matthew Russell, and let's get it popping, chat.
Okay, here we are. Matthew Russell Lee, Inner City Press, here at the Southern District of New York Courthouse. Today, Thursday, June 5th. We're heading in for, I believe, day 17, could it be, of the U.S. versus Sean Combs trial. It's starting a little later today, and so we've managed to get a few things done, including writing a story about the Diddy docket, the Civil Division, in which his former security guard, Joseph Sherman, sued Graves, who sued Combs and Sherman and others for a alleged sexual assault. Well, Sherman countersued, in a sense, for defamation and was lost. This was dismissed, and in fact, there's going to be some sanctions. We put the order up. You can find it on Inner City Press and Patreon. But I digress. The criminal case is rising. Yesterday, Frank Piazza, the video expert paid by the government, $295 an hour, and they went round and round. And the defense, had him narrated again and again. I'm not sure if it was that smart. Then there was Bana, who was dangled off the balcony. Now, Nicole Westmoreland did a pretty effective cross, pretty aggressive. Basically, she came right out and
told you. Remember that name?
Said, "Are you lying? Are you lying?" Objection, Your Honor. Argumentative. But that is the question. If you're going to plead not guilty and you have these witnesses saying you did these things, either they're lying or you're lying, right? Unless, of course, there's a legal dispute about you did do the thing, but it doesn't constitute RICO, which is the thing that's going to come up. I did a podcast. I think it's an NBC station based in Tampa, but you'll find it. Rooted in Progress. It was quite fun. So there's that. That's what you do when you have a little bit of time off. And we're working on week 4 of this trial because there continue to be ridiculous disinformation, including that Brad Pitt testified in the trial, quoting Inner City Press. We never reported that. What happened is that one of the events in the trial involved, at least initially, the premiere of a Brad Pitt film killing them softly. So I think these things are AI. I think they just pick up on mentions of people.
All right, let's get straight to it, man. Holy. Jane Doe is going to be taking the stand at some point. Let me see. Let me read these tweets for y'all people. I want to read these tweets. Okay. Is it this? Nope. Yeah, they did something to my man Threads. Like, you can't really see it that well. Fuck. Is this the first? All right, cool. Let's find it. Okay, bet. Okay. Bingo. Got it. So before the jury gets in today, the judge says, I understand the press is doing their best with the orders. What about Jane's text? So now they made some specific orders that they want the press to adhere to. Why? They don't want nobody to figure out the identity of Jane Doe. Now, I'm going to sit here and tell y'all, as a member of the esteemed press and owning, I think, the biggest media company in hip-hop, I would never try to figure out somebody who ain't trying to get figured out in federal court, okay? So I want to tell the judge, even though I'm not in court with y'all, I do plan to be later on in the case. But right now, since I'm not in court, I understand the orders. We're going to keep Jane Doe anonymous, okay? We ain't going to do no research to try to find out who she is. We ain't going to do no type of research. We ain't going to find out who she is. We just going to call her Jane Doe, okay? All right. Anyway, so Comey says, I feel I need to personally read them before releasing them to the press. How about Saturday or Friday? Judge says, don't kill yourself. So they're getting kind of dicey on putting out information now to the press because, number one, Matthew Russell and a couple of people have been writing letters to the chambers that's also in the docket that says, check this out. We're a member of the press. We represent interested parties, which is the people, and we feel some of this stuff it needs to be filed in a timely manner, and we should all be able to see it. The AUSA is saying, it's a sex case. There's some people who are anonymous or needs to be anonymous. We can't do that. So they asked the judge, before we put out these exhibits, could we review them first? The judge says, take your time. Okay, cool. Comey says the reporters are not officers of the court. They don't know what has to not be reported. So they're saying there's some rules of what shouldn't be in there. The reporters don't know, so we have to make sure it's not in there that they don't have to make that decision, okay? That's why I want to review them myself. I don't think there's a real constitutional issue here. By the way, Inner City Press, they disagree, that's Matthew Russell. Summarian says, the type of information that Miss Comey wants to redact is it just a matter of timing? Should we adjourn for the day to permit redaction? He said, no, I reject that. The First Amendment does not require that. The government is making accommodations, okay? So the judge actually even brings up the issue that because the press is they're on their ass to say, y'all ain't giving us the info that's this federal court. If you're not putting the stuff in the docket in a reasonable time, what are we doing? So the judge says it's a possibility we could have adjourned for the day to get caught up with the paperwork. But he says, I'm going to reject that. He says the First Amendment does not require that, and the government is making accommodation because the government says, we're going to put it up. We just want to read it first. I bet. AUSA says, we want to show, or we want a screenshot of Miss Ventura, Cassie's, communication with Miss Karam about the Miss Bongalong being dangled over the balcony. The judge says, how does the balcony incident connect to the indictment? AUSA says it shows Mr. Combs' violence. Now, I have a problem with that, chat. I'm going to be honest. The government is getting away with putting anything in. Diddy slapped a rapper. Diddy choked out Drake. Diddy choked out J. Cole. Diddy choked out Kendrick. They're putting the nigga's violent, bro. That doesn't mean it has something to do with this case of racketeering. And them just being able to say, we could use any violent act that Diddy did. Not every violent act he did was involved in a racketeering conspiracy. And I think that's a problem. It says Mr. Ventura is aware that they're going to be using a screenshot. And he says what it's going to show coercion. Alexandra Shapiro, we all know that's the appellate lawyer. She says it shouldn't be admitted. It's a backward-looking statement. AUSA says the screenshot was captured in September 2016, shortly after the incident. Shapiro says it doesn't say how Ms. Ventura heard about it. It could have been from somebody else. Now, here's the problem. You see, Shapiro is doing a really good job. Again, I like to give remember when I was ranking the lawyers, I didn't mention Alexandra Shapiro. You know why I didn't mention her? because she's not a trial. Well, I mean, she has some trial experience, but her job isn't to cross-examine a witness. Her job is to make sure if the judge is going to make a decision, he gets to hear all the if, ands, or buts that he could go in Diddy's favor, or else it could at least be noted on the record potentially for an appeal. So she's the appellate lawyer. So she's saying, hey, it doesn't, we shouldn't use that, because if we use that, it don't say how Cassie heard about it. Remember what we talked about before? If certain things use anything from Cassie's statement, Cassie might be recalled. Cassie just gave birth to a child. She's not going to come back to the stand. The government has told her, we're not bringing you back. So that's helping out Diddy's team, because they're going to look to her shit and be like, well, if y'all use that, we got to be able to call Cassie back. And the government's going to be like, nah, Cassie not coming back. So if the judge says, well, you can use it, but Cassie has to come back, they're not going to use it. The judge says, bring in Banna and then the jury. All rise, okay? The chat niggas are here to break down this case. The judge says, jurors, we have a lunch coming in for you. We're going to take a shorter break, and Miss Westmoreland, may you start. Westmoreland says, what is this a picture of? Banna says, drugs. Westmoreland says, you sent this photo to Cassie, though, right? Westmoreland says, now DX 1287, what's this? Banna says, some type of drugs. Westmoreland says, how many type? Says, I can't tell. Westmoreland says, I thought you were still doing drugs with Cassie on May 31st, 2016, right? She says, yes. Westmoreland says, just before this, did Mr. Combs threaten your life? Banna says, yes. Westmoreland says, weren't you scared to continue dealing with Cassie? Banna says, I guess not. Westmoreland says, you said Mr. Combs groped your titties, right? AUSA says his objection. He says, ask again. Westmoreland says, Mr. Tyrone said Mr. Combs groped your breasts. True? Ooh, this is huge. So Tyrone Blackburn is an attorney who, number one, has gotten sanctions before for the UMG stuff when he put some of the higher ups up in that lawsuit. And they were like, yo, this is an egregious lie. Lucian Grange, who is, we all know, the top dog of UMG, he never went to Diddy's house. He never did blah, blah, blah. And there was like an agreement where Tyrone was like, yo, I'll take it out and drop you out from the lawsuit, but don't request sanctions from me. And supposedly there was an agreement. He took it out and dropped them from the lawsuit, but they still requested sanctions anyway, right? Now we're seeing he might be in more trouble because a former client of his, which, by the way, some of these things are attorney-client privilege, but I don't think he works for her anymore. She's admitting that in the civil suit, that Mr. Tyrone wrote things. He said some of the things he wrote were not true. I'll move on. Let me load up the chat here. By the way, that's the guy who filed the Lil Rod lawsuit. He's the one who said the stuff about the Meek Mill, Stevie J. And guess who else he's suing? Westmoreland. You fired him, right? And hired a new civil attorney, and they drafted the lawsuit, but you reviewed it? She said, yes, to the best of my ability. Westmoreland says, look at this document, only for the parties, though. Ma'am, isn't it true your lawyer, Mr. Tyrone, alleged for the first time sexual assault, and although you knew it to be untrue, you began repeating it? He said, could you rephrase that? Say, yes, I'll rephrase it. Mr. Tyrone Blackburn alleged that Mr. Combs assaulted you. Could you hear me? She says, I can't speak for him. He said, what do you mean? He said, you don't have to speak for him, speak for you. He said, you kept repeating the lie about him grabbing your breasts. Banna says, well, could you restate it? He said, okay. Okay, you stupid today, huh? You stupid today. Hold on, let me take a shot. You must be stupid today. You must be stupid today. Chat. If you know, you know. You know who else? That lawyer who now name is getting. You know who he's suing to? I'm just saying, if you know, you know. He's been the person. He going to everybody. I do it for free. He meets with them. This is alleged. And for the record, that my lawyers could be cool. I'm talking about nobody. You tell him something, and he said, that don't sound spicy enough. Hold on. Let me write what you really mean. G-Nack, how long you been here? You still don't get it? Y'all get what I'm saying, right? I don't got it. Come on, y'all get. I'm just trying to get the chat. All good. So now this woman is claiming that attorney Tyrone Blackburn, and by the way, what I'm saying is not considered defamation or nothing of the sort. I'm just reporting, doing my job here. But attorney Tyrone Blackburn either made up a lie or wrote and filed a lie that Diddy grabbed this woman's breast, but now she's on the stand. She playing dumb, stupid, or retarded. She acting like she don't know what's going on. Westmoreland says, did you continue to go with the lie your attorney made up? You accused that nigga, Combs, of sexually assaulting you, even though you knew it was not true. Banner says, it's really hard to commit to the whole sentence. Oh my God, this bitch acting like she dumb. Oh my sweet Jesus. Oh nah. Westmoreland putting up 60 today. She acting like she don't understand English. What? Que lo que? Que lo que? Sac passe? Konnichiwa? Then she don't know what language is going on. Oh, for real. Word. So Westmoreland says it again. Maybe it's her Atlanta accent. Maybe she using a little bit of bondage. You know, they try to, they act like black women don't really. No, this is the black queen right here. She rephrases again. Okay, scallywag. You knew sexual assault was the only way you could sue. Bingo! Y'all got me looking like Unc now. I'm sounding like Unc. I'm going to tell you why this is important. Remember, when the act was being used, the Look Back Act or whatever you want to call it, or the Victims Act that allowed people that experience sexual violence. Remember what I'm saying, chat. Sexual violence from years before. If the statute of limitations passed, you had a year where you could refile. So here's the thing. Shorty said Diddy might have dangled her over the balcony. Diddy might have tried to beat her ass. She ain't never said Diddy did nothing sexual with her, but she gets this attorney. Who's the attorney? An attorney that's being referred to in federal court by the name of Tyrone. And Tyrone says, well, we can't sue Diddy unless you say Diddy touched you. You got to say Diddy raped you. You got to say he grabbed your titty. You got to say something. She's on the stand saying, I ain't telling him to say that. That nigga made it up. Sometimes you got to snitch on your lawyer. I'm sorry. So, he says, you knew sexual assault the way you could sue. Now, chat, this is when you know people don't want to perjure themselves. I don't recall. That's the question. You knew sexual assault. That was the only way you could have sued Diddy. So you alleged a lie. She says, I don't remember. You don't remember why you sued him? You don't remember your lawyer telling you, hey, the only way we could go forward with this is if we go with this story? You don't remember that? Okay, you don't remember him telling you that. Okay, but you know the story you said in the civil suit is that he sexually assaulted you. Did he sexually assault you? Nah, he didn't do that. My lawyer said that. So why would you let your lawyer file something false? What's going on here? The money grab is being exposed, Chad. I can't wait till I get Unc on. I can't wait till I get Unc on. Unc gonna call us out. Unc gonna call us out. Even Lauren Conlon gonna call us out. You say you were screaming. Are you aware of anyone else calling the police? Banner says, I don't think so. Why you ain't go to urgent care? He said, I just didn't. So why you ain't tell a chiropractor what happened? I ain't tell him either. Why not? I guess I was scared. Okay. Your girlfriend, what was her name? Her name's Sarah, or I call her Friday. Full name, please. Sarah Siddell. Okay, now we know her little lesbian lover. Google this. Sarah, oh shit. Sarah Siddell. Okay. Who the fuck is this? Bungalow. I don't know. I can't find it. We'll figure out who that is. Anybody know who that is? Let me know. Cool. Westmoreland says, you got the government. You told the government she was Friday and that she wouldn't know nothing, right? So apparently they asked her, when you got dangled off the balcony, you say your girlfriend was there. Let us go talk to your girlfriend because she's going to be able to tell us and corroborate the story. Apparently she told the government, you can't talk to my ex-girlfriend. I'm getting to the ex by now, or maybe it's current, because she don't know anything. Banner says, I'm not sure. Huh? Chat, why this chick get up on the stand and she don't know nothing no more? Oh, I'm not sure about this. I can't recall this. I don't know nothing about this. You know, she said yesterday she didn't remember things from 2 days ago. Chat, is it the weed? Don't let me get like Stephen A. Smith. Stay off the weed. Come on now. Why would somebody not be able to remember something that happened 2 days ago if they met with the federal government 2 days ago to prepare for their thing? On October 4th, 2016, didn't you attend Mr. Combs' concert? I don't remember the date, but yeah, I went to a concert. Judge says, just ask Ms. Westmoreland. Okay, hold on. Could we read the text? Judge says, proceed. How about you read Banner, which is you, and I'll read Cassie. He says, I don't know what I wrote. Don't worry, I got you a copy right here. Coolio, what time? Love ya. Thanks for yesterday. You're asking Cass if Puff would like a sweatshirt 2 weeks after he allegedly held you over the balcony, right? Banner says, yeah, we were trying to be cool. Repeat that? Well, we had a FaceTime and we were trying to be cool. Westmoreland says, isn't it true that you continue to see Mr. Combs and Miss Ventura because Combs did not cause you these injuries? Banner says, part of that statement is true, and part I can't agree with. Do you see your phone number on this? Yeah. The text is from October 15, 2016, from Mr. Combs to you. Yeah. Mr. Combs wrote, if you're going to do K with her, at least have her back. Do you remember receiving this? Yeah. Once again proven, Diddy was critical of Cassie taking the drugs. And she didn't only take it under his supervision, direction, or with him. Westmoreland says, you remember that Bad Boy reunion tour, right? You started on it, but you ain't completed, right? They say, I did a couple of shows, maybe one or two. September 25th, 2016, the tour was at Prudential Center in Newark, New Jersey. Wasn't it not? I don't know. I'm not too sure on dates. Wasn't he on stage with Lil Kim? I don't know. And at the Harlem salute or statue and at the Harlem salute to achievement, objection. Sidebar. They do a sidebar. They come back. Is this Trump International Hotel stay of Frank Black include the September 26th in-room breakfast for 21 that you see? Yeah. You agree, one person can't be in two places at one time, right? Hard to say. So you know what they just did, right? They basically said that Diddy was at a Harlem thing, and he had performed in Prudential Center on the 25th. However, on the 26th or whatever, I guess until the 26th, there was a hotel booked for Trump International, and there was a charge for in-room breakfast. It says someone can't be in one place at two times. So you told the jurors that Combs injured you in L.A. Oh, shit. In September 26th, correct? AUSA says, could we have a sidebar? Oh, I get what the exposal is. They're saying Diddy was in New York. He went to Prudential Center, which is in New Jersey. Went back to Trump Intercontinental in New York. And when he's there, he orders breakfast for $231. That's a pretty good breakfast. Which I think he ordered, chat. What do you think the freak-off breakfast consisted of? I need a menu. What's the freak-off breakfast after you've done bust 15 nuts, you're filled with baby oil all in your pores? If you're the girl, you're emanating with the scent of urea, urine. Semen is caked to your body. You've been penetrated by 8 or 9 male escorts. What do you eat in the morning? Oh, y'all are diabolical, Charisma. Charisma, you are diabolical. You said more sausage. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. They said, after the freak off, you got to just eat more sausage. Y'all niggas is crazy. Somebody said, you got to get a glizzy. You get a glizzy. Okay. Somebody said fruits. Come on now. Somebody said cheese. Really? Okay. Somebody said Viagra and Plan B. That was all on the menu. Viagra and Plan B. Sausage and milk. Huh. That sounds nasty now you say it. Somebody said it's going to be some scrambled eggs. No, we need Red Bull, fruit, and water. Holy shit. You guys are amazing. I think y'all know what she's getting at, right? She's proved that the LA incident and the date that's been repeated doesn't match with the date that supposedly that would have happened. Keep in mind, by the way, it was exposed yesterday that she told Cassie, you got some of your details wrong, because Cassie told part of this story in her lawsuit. She hit up Cassie and said, Cassie, no. It wasn't that hotel. It was at the apartment. So she was correcting Cassie. Now, Diddy's lawyer is saying, you corrected Cassie when Cassie said some bullshit in her lawsuit, civil suit against Diddy. You said you knew the truth. You went on to tell the government the truth, but your story's all over the place. Here's the thing. Even after you've had multiple times to analyze the story, you still got it wrong. Because you said September 26th, right? That's when it went down? You know he done fucked up, right? The 25th, he's at Prudential. He's on stage with Lil Kim. The 26th, he's ordering breakfast at the Intercontinental in New York. Now, I'm pretty sure AUSA is going to say, well, it takes 6 hours to fly from New York to L.A. He got breakfast, but the freak-off starts at night. Do you hear what I'm saying? You got breakfast, but the freak-off starts at night. So let's see. So you told the jurors Mr. Combs injured you in L.A. on the 26th, correct? AUSA says sidebar. They sidebar. They come back. Westmoreland says, so let me ask you a question. So the diddler never caused you the injuries in the photo you provided with the metadata saying September 26, 2016. Banner says, I can't agree with that. Now, this is starting to be really important, chat. Her answers aren't definitive. She's backpedaling, stumbling, and what happens is her lawyer is going to tell her to say certain things to avoid perjuring herself. They're never going to say the lie. They're going to say, if they trip you up, you can't recall. Oh, I'm not sure about that. I don't agree with that. But don't say it as a definitive, because she could have said, I said the 26 and I meant the 26. That's when it happened. But it looks like Diddy's team has came up with some info to show that Diddy was in another place. Now, also, let me be fair. I'm not saying it never happened, but she might have got her date wrong. Here's the thing. Diddy's team is hammering down on the date to show we got metadata from your phone that says it happened, or not from your phone, from the video or the picture that said it happened on that date. But it's impossible for it to happen on that date. Cool. Then she says, a person can't be in LA and New York the same time, right? Banner says, my answer the same. No further questions, y'all. No further questions. No further questions. Well, I feel like I'm talking like Unc now. Because Unc be repeating the same thing like 3 times. No further questions. No further questions. Judge says redirect, another sidebar. They come back again. Smicer says, have you ever reviewed the notes taken at your interview? She says no. Did you ever give Cassie permission to put your name in her complaint? She said no. After she filed, I hit her up over her mistakes. Tiffany wasn't there. So Cassie thought that Tiffany Red was her girlfriend at the time. It wasn't. AUSA says, when you filed your lawsuit, was it a report of the balcony or the same or different from Cassie's? Different. Is what you said today your best recollection? She said yes. The demand letters your lawyers first wrote, did you write them? No. This is a horrible witness, chat. What is shown is that her lawyers lied to try to get more money. So they alleged sexual assault. So that fucks up her credibility. But also she corrected Cassie when Cassie filed her lawsuit. And then what she's saying after she met with the government is still different. So all it's showing is that this woman has been changing her story from day one. It says, listen. He says, the demand letters of your first lawyer, did you write them? No. The demand letter that said, Mr. Combs, squeeze your breast so hard you had bruises. Had you said that? No. So she's saying she never accused Diddy of grabbing them tatas. Never. What does this mean? She's saying my lawyer is a liar. My lawyer is over whooping. My lawyer is capping. Wow. Interesting. AUSA says, did you demonstrate with hand motions? Please do. He started my armpit. So I guess he lifted her. And the lawyer who filed it said, so when he lifted you by your armpit, he grabbed them titties too, didn't he? He a little freaky ass nigga. He probably grabbed them titties. he grabbed it by your armpit and he started cupping them titties. And she says she never agreed to that, but he says, fuck it, we'll just write it in there. You know what I mean? AUSA says, do you demonstrate with hand motions? Please do. So he started with my armpit. Were they on your breast? Yes. So now she's kind of saying, yeah, they touched my breast, but I didn't say he squeezed my breast. I guess she's almost saying, I know he wasn't sexually assaulting me. He was just trying to lift me. Okay, getting hazy. Do you yourself know the exact date of the balcony incident? She says no. She said, why not? It was a while ago. Are you any doubt that Mr. Combs held you off the balcony? She says, no doubt. AOS says nothing further. Recross, Westmoreland says, of course I got some more for this chick. I'm giving her the business. Westmoreland says, listen here. In a follow-up interview with the government, you gave them pictures of your leg injury with the metadata. True? She said, yes, I did give them pictures. So when you sued Mr. Combs, you weren't rich, right? She said, no, I was not. So you saw this as a chance to make 10 milli. Ain't that true? Bungalow says, well, the judge will review it. It means a lot to you to become a millionaire, right? And soon, right? She says, no, I don't care about being a millionaire. I just want justice. Really? Don't justice for you mean money? You know what? Nothing further. Gets off the stand. Thank you, Ms. Banner. Is there an exhibit? Publish it. Shapiro says we object on the Rule 106. So after the break, jurors, there will be food for you in there. All rise. And then look like, I don't know if they took a break. So about these text messages, there are screenshots of the messages between Ventura and Christina Karam. It first involved Ms. Ventura saying her phone was thrown off the balcony. Then about Ms. Banner, the defense wants more in. AUSA says they wanted Ms. Karam's message saying that it didn't happen. But that's self-serving hearsay with no exception. It just says the allegedly complete statement are not admissible. Mr. Ignifilo, your client was looking at the jurors and nodding vigorously. That can't continue, or I will give limited instructions you won't like, or other measures, including barring your client from the courtroom. Do you understand? Ignifilo says yes. So it looks like Diddy's in the courtroom. Diddy's beating his chest. The next freak off about to be in a few weeks. It's about to be lit. So Diddy's feeling confident. You could tell he's looking at the jurors. He's like, now I think he's doing that because his new shorty WAP, which is Nicole Westmoreland, esteemed lawyer, has exposed Banner as a fraud. She got 5 stories. She gave a date that he was in another city. This shit seems like a sham. Not only that, she was going back and forth with Cassie over the details after the first lawsuit, which was a civil suit by Cassie, saying, Cassie, baby girl, you must have bumped your head. You don't got all the details right. Let me get you the details right. How the person correcting your work gonna get it wrong too? That's a problem. That's a problem. So I could tell this exposal is bad. Diddy's in the courtroom, got a toothpick in his mouth. He know. He could smell the baby oil. He could taste the Astro Glide. He could feel the male semen being moisturizing his nipples once again. He knows he's about to break free. He's looking at the jury just like, take that tape. He's doing it. The judge is like, what the fuck? Nigga think we about to have a freak off in court? Hold on now. Okay. Before we get on to the new shit, we got to see if, did Unc pop up? I know Unc had to pop up. Unc had to pop up. Where's Sean G at? Where's Sean G?
Share this video. Hey, tell me what the prosecutor said.
Here we go.
After Nicole Westmoreland did that, tell me what the prosecutor said.
Sidebar.
What the prosecutor said.
Sidebar.
Goddamn sidebar.
Come on, man.
Sidebar.
Come on, man.
The prosecutor jumps in, says sidebar.
Yo, me and Unc, me and Unc is a 1-2 duo right now. It's Shaq and Kobe. Like, it's Shaq and Kobe in the finals, man.
Sidebar. They came back. From, I need y'all to share this video. Give it a thumbs up. King Mar, what up? Thank you for the super chat. Get a video a thumbs up. Everybody share this video with somebody. Get it up there. You heard it from Sean G first. Breaking news.
Come on.
Breaking news. What's up, man? Breaking news.
Here we go.
Hey, y'all ready?
Turn me up, Unc.
Y'all ready?
Turn me up,
Come
Unc.
back from the sidebar. Nicole Westmoreland. Ma'am. Brianna Bongelin. Ma'am, isn't it true? Puffy did not cause you the injuries in the photo. Brianna said, I can't agree with you. Ma'am, you gave those photos to the federal prosecution in the Southern District of New York, right?
Yeah.
She said, yeah. She said, ma'am, you can't be in California and New York at the same time. Yo, then Nicole Westmoreland said this. Ma'am, you came in here and you lied. I have no more questions. The prosecution, you know what the prosecution said?
What?
What the prosecution say?
Sidebar.
Nicole Westmoreland said, you came in here and you lied. What the prosecution say?
Sidebar.
Sidebar. Another side. Two sidebar.
Yo, chat. We might have to do the sidebar t-shirt collab, me and motherfucking Sean G. We need a sidebar t-shirt. That's a fact. Verselli, cook it up right now. Me and Unc, we got to drop it. The sidebar t-shirt. Come on now, let's cook it up.
2 sidebars in 2 minutes. Goddamn sidebar. Sidebar.
Nah, Unc moving crazy.
Sidebar.
Unc moving crazy now.
After she said that, I got up and left. Everybody else in there, they still in there. I said, I got to go break it to my people first. The whole balcony, everybody last night that came, I'm talking to everybody on the planet, everybody in mainstream media, everybody on YouTube, everybody on Instagram. Y'all jumped out there last night. Oh, he was hanging her, he was dangling her over a balcony. It's a lie. Cassie lied. Cassie's lawsuit is a lie. She extorted Puff for $20 million because that balcony incident is in her lawsuit too. They lied. Mia lied on Puff.
This is what we need right here, chat. This is what we need right here. This is what we need. Hold on. I ain't gonna kill the vibe. Hold on. I got y'all. This is what I'm trying to say right here. That's what you trying to say.
Would have never did that. Biggie would have tell you what I hate, and people always want to ask me why I said it 20 years later.
Laid them both down.
People always say why I said it 20 years later.
Why
I said it when the fucking shit was going on.
What?
And Biggie wouldn't have fucking died if that nigga hadn't lied. He lied. Y'all niggas worship him. Lied.
It led to Big's death.
Never, ever said nothing about him. He fucking lied.
Damn. Let's get back to
Sean lied on Puff. Breonna Boglin lied on Puff. Cassie lied on Puff. David James lied on Puff. Capricorn Clark lied on Puff. Kid Cudi lied on Puff. Everybody, they lied on Puff. They lied on Puff. Yes, they did. They lied on Puff, man. They lied on Puff. Deontay Nash. Hey, girl. Deontay Nash lied on Puff.
Talk about it.
Capricorn Clark is a liar. Kid Cudi is a liar. Cassie is a liar. Mia is a liar. Breonna Boglin is a liar. David James is a liar.
Holy shit. All right, hold on. Chat, we got to be fair and balanced. So, I'm going so crazy, I got to play somebody else to try to balance it off. Let's see.
U.S. versus Sean Combs.
Let's
day
hear what
17.
Lauren got to say.
This is
I'm going to get back to Unc. I just don't, every time like we start getting one POV, I don't want people to think we're biased. So I'm trying to shift it a little bit real quick, okay?
It was an intense.
Okay, Lauren. All right, Lauren.
Morning during the remainder of the cross-examination of Breonna Boglin by Nicole Westmoreland. I was not expecting this, and it seems as though she was impeached, at least on the date of the alleged balcony incident or this photograph of the bruise. So right off the bat, I'll just get into this. She had testified that she took a photo of the bruise that was inflicted upon her, allegedly by Sean Combs, the day after the balcony incident or the morning after, or the morning of. If it happened, at 4 a.m., obviously at 9:25, that would be the same day. So that was September 26th, 2016. And we actually saw the metadata on this photograph with the time. I think it was 9:25, September 26th, 2015, and also that it was taken in LA. And Nicole Westmoreland says, well, Miss Bonglin, were you not aware that Sean Combs and Cassie Ventura were in the New York and New Jersey area on September 26th for the Bad Boy reunion tour? And she says something like, I don't know. And then she follows that up with, oh yeah, and they had a charity event in New York City on the 25th, actually. And Bonglin said, oh, you know, I don't know. And then Nicole Westmoreland actually showed us an invoice from the Trump Hotel where it was, Frank Black was the guest, and it was from September 24th to September 29th, 2016. She kind of went through all of the breakfast charges, you know, this and that, and it was pretty shocking. I would say there were some visible reactions, just shocked reactions from the gallery as well as the jurors, because, I mean, it was, again, during redirect, Brianna Bonglin said there's no doubt in her mind the balcony incident happened. However, we did see a hotel invoice that said the 24th through the 29th, Diddy was not in California. And the bruise from her cell phone, the metadata showed it was taken the morning of September 25th. Or 26th, I'm sorry, 2016. So I will leave it at that. Now, there is one thing that they were discussing during some evidentiary stuff this morning, and that was about getting a text message in from Cassie to Christina.
Hey, chat, should I do this? By the way, you know, shout out to Lauren. Okay, shout out to Lauren. We're good friends. Lauren wants to do something. I got to do something with Unc. Should I do something separate with Lauren, or should I bring Unc, Lauren, and like, let's just make it like, you know, just like a mix? Or should me and Unc just do a one-on-one? Pause. Pause. Or should I bring Lauren there too? Lauren hit me. Lauren hit me, so she down to do some shit. Yeah, look at y'all. We not doing no freak off, nigga. Should I do it separate? I rock with both of them. And also, I'm going to be honest with you, like, I want to do something with Lauren because I really like her coverage. I also feel bad a little bit because, you know, I feel like we help Unc a lot, you know, but Unc, you know what I mean? We were watching Lauren for a minute too. I want to give her a stimmy too, you know. I want to not necessarily, you know, if we could help somebody platform, I want to do it. So, all right, what I'm thinking about, it's going to be in person too. It's going to be in person, chat. We could get them on the stream, but I want to do it in person. I want to do it in person. So I'm thinking either this weekend, I know it's already, what today is? Thursday? Either this weekend or next weekend. They're all covering it. I want to do something with Lauren. I want to do something with Unc. We got to make it good.
Quorum about this incident, and I believe the date on that was September 30th when she texted. So maybe the dates are off. I think we'll hear about that when we get back from lunch. So I'll discuss later on tonight. I think court might go a little late, I'm not sure. But that was a moment. You know, a couple other moments from this morning from the cross, which was serious. The fact that Brianna went to a private party that was thrown by Sean Combs a week after the balcony dangling incident, or the alleged incident. And also she was invited to sleep over Cassie's by Cassie a week after this incident, or around then. And she said, sure. So Westmoreland was like, oh, so you're going to go to this place a week later where this horrible thing happened to you? And she's like, I guess so. And then we heard about Ray J again. You know, he was brought up when she talked about going to this private party, this club, and she said, you know, did Ray J bring you drugs again? And Bonglin said, what did she say? She said something like, I don't know why his name is Ray J. I am very confused about this. I mean, there is technically only one Ray J, right? But who knows? Yeah, so it was a lot of just being called out for that stuff, but the biggest moment was definitely the metadata on the photo and just being shown the fact that he was not in town. So I'll leave it at that. What else? Oh, I mean, during redirect, they said there's no doubt in your mind that this happened to you, this balcony dangling incident, and she said, no, there's no doubt in my mind. Oh, one other thing on the cross-examination, there was a pretty tedious moment when they were discussing her original civil suit and the fact that she used a lawyer, Tyrone Blackburn, and they brought his name up several times. And, you know, they just said, like, you let him go when he kind of mischaracterized what happened to you and included this whole sexual assault thing because, you know, he said he groped you and blah, blah, blah. And she says, yes, I let him go because of that. And then Westmoreland said, well, you know, your new lawyers also alleged that you have him groping you in that. So you kind of kept this lie going. And she just kept saying, I don't understand the question, or can you rephrase? At one point she said, I don't agree with all of that. So it was, again, it was a bit of a tedious moment. I think a lot of us were like, okay, let's just try to get through this because it's a little awkward or uncomfortable, the back and forth. And then the government, when they did their redirect, they just said, you know, Ms. Bonglin, you talk with your hands. Can you kind of explain why maybe your attorneys thought that he groped you or allegedly SA'd you? And she said, well, I showed that when he picked me up, it was like kind of going like that. And so maybe, you know, that's why they said so, or why they said what they said. And then the government said, well, did he touch your breasts? And she said, yes. So, okay. So that's pretty much what happened this morning. Again.
All right, Lauren. I don't know if Logic fuck with us like that. I know Lauren fuck with us. I don't know if Logic fuck with us. Let's listen to Logic.
State Defense Counsel Nicole Westmoreland did such an effective job this morning of destroying the testimony of Brianna Bongalang, a.k.a. Bana.
Chat, didn't I tell y'all? Nicole Westmoreland. That's a black queen who's putting up 55. Yo, Diddy, we know you like these. Well, I mean, Young Miami was black. But we know you like these non-black, non-ethnic type of women because they get down with a freak off easier. But just remember this, you're back against the wall. You got Nicole Westmoreland. She's over here putting up 40 for you.
That may affect the state's entire case. I want to break that down for you. Also, what steps the state took to try and mitigate whatever damage to her testimony may have occurred through the cross-examination. And where does Trump fit into all this? Because, well, they were using Trump to blow her up. I'm Joe Neerman, a.k.a. Good Logic. I'm a New York attorney. I'm a litigator who has litigated in this very courthouse in the Southern District of New York. I'm bringing to you legal perspectives as to what is happening in this trial. If that sort of thing is your deal, please like, share, subscribe, and hit that bell so you get notifications of every drop I give you from inside the Diddy courtroom. Now, Bana testified yesterday to the fact, or her claim, that on September 26, 2016, Diddy came into Cassie's house, her apartment on the 17th floor, and held her over the edge of the balcony while screaming at her, you know what you did, you know what you did, and that she was terrified before he allegedly threw her onto the balcony furniture and caused her serious injuries to her leg and to her head and neck. Now, we saw pictures yesterday with metadata of her leg injuries. She alleged that she took those pictures later that same day on September 26, 2016. That's how we're able to pin in this date. Well, yesterday there was an extensive cross-examination which was very damaging to her credibility and the fact that the stories seemed to change and morph through time and depending on who's telling it. It would change with respect to who was there. It would change with respect to what was going on beforehand, what Bana was doing immediately before Diddy showed up, what direction she was facing. Was she facing towards the balcony door or towards the view? What parts of her body she touched. It's changed in a lot of different ways. That all came up yesterday, but the explosive testimony and cross-examination that came up today was she was questioned about Diddy and Cassie's schedule on September 25th, 2016, one day beforehand. And it turns out that night, Diddy was performing at the Prudential Center in New Jersey, and Cassie was there with him that evening. If that's not bad enough, they followed up with, on September 26th, the next day, that he was attending a benefit celebrating achievements of boys and girls in New York City. Now, Cassie's apartment is in Los Angeles, and supposedly this all happened the morning of...
remember, she hit Cassie up. Banner hit Cassie up after Cassie's lawsuit to say, girl, he didn't dangle me off a balcony at a hotel. He dangled me off a balcony at your apartment in L.A. So this is why it's important. Because Diddy is now proven we weren't in L.A. that day. So what are you talking about? We weren't in L.A. So you hit her up to correct her about something that is not true? Okay.
September 26, 2016, which, when we're seeing this and hearing questions about that, she's like, I don't know anything about their schedule. I don't know about their schedule. It gets worse, because then she's shown that Diddy checked into the Trump Hotel on September 25th and did not check out until the 29th. That for that 5-day period, he was staying in the Trump Hotel. And in fact, on the morning of September 26, 2016, that there was in-room dining that was ordered. 3 different meals throughout the course of the day on September 26, 2016, ordered into Diddy's room. She's asked by Nicole Westmoreland, it's not possible for one person to be in 2 places at the same time. It's like, I don't understand. Well, if you're in New York, you can't be in LA at the same time. In theory. In theory? Okay? Her final question on cross-examination was, you lied to the ladies and gentlemen in this jury when you told them that Diddy caused you those injuries on September 26, 2016. And all she could say was, I don't agree. It was shocking. The viewing room I was in was abuzz. People.
Oh, I got Wendy's before I started. I ain't gonna lie, Chad. I'm snitching myself.
She took the day of the incident and that way pins it down as being September 26, 2016. So is so directly refuted.
I'm a little mad weird because like I don't eat the breaded part, so I just take the chicken out and I just eat this by itself. So don't look at me weird.
On that very same day, showing that he couldn't be there and raising questions as to whether or not those injuries could have possibly been caused by Diddy. It gets worse because the balcony story has been told over by Cassie as well. They've both walked.
Yeah, spicy chicken, word. But I just eat the thing, I don't eat the bread.
Thrown into question, and the defense was working very hard to show that they both started changing their story to work their story together with respect to this balcony incident. This could start to raise questions for the jury as to whether they can trust Cassie. Because by the time they were done with Bana, certainly it seemed like there was a lot of questions you can have at the very least about her balcony story, if not all of her testimony. It was interesting to see what direction the state would go to try and repair this damage, especially that it shouldn't infect the testimony and credibility of the testimony of Cassie Ventura. And Ms. Smizer, on behalf of the state, did an effective job.
So, chat, I know I'm eating, but it looks like it was a mistake bringing this woman on the stand. She's so inconsistent. At least with Cassie, her inconsistencies, she's crying, but she's telling a whole 10-year thing. She's telling 10 years of things. This person don't have 10 years of things. They have one notable incident. And the one notable incident, Diddy wasn't there. Not at that place, not in that state, not on that coast. They shouldn't have brought her on the stand. Not for the AUSAs.
In my opinion, of trying to show the distinction between Cassie's testimony and Bana's testimony. And she pointed out, she said, you
didn't know about to start? All right, we about to get back into it. Hold on.
Didn't talk to Cassie before she filed
They might have me choking on this motherfucker. Pause. No Diddy.
Lawsuit. Did you? No. Well, you spoke to her except for one time. Yes. And what did she ask you during that one time that she spoke to you before she filed her lawsuit? She asked whether she could use my name in her lawsuit. And what did you respond to that? I asked her not to put my name in there. Did you know she was going to talk about the balcony incident? No. And you read her complaint afterwards, didn't you? Yes. And when you saw her complaint and you saw that she wrote about the balcony incident? Yes. And what did you do when you saw the way she told over the story of the balcony incident? I called her up and I told her that she had things wrong. Like she had Ron that she thought was in a hotel. She had Ron that she thought Terry was there. Another person was there, which she wasn't there. So you weren't trying to work in cahoots with her. You were correcting what you saw in papers and you didn't know that she was going to put in her papers beforehand. That's the point that the state wants to make. Because if the jury comes to a conclusion that Cassie and her friends are working together to try and formulate stories for the purposes of trying to extort money out of Diddy, obviously that would go a long way towards destroying the credibility of these people who are raising claims against Diddy and trying, in theory, to put him behind bars. So that was the nature of the redirect, to try and show that, look, you might have problems with your memory, and that was the further redirect. She said, but are you positive that this incident happened at some point? That what's the one thing you know about the balcony? I know that he held me up by the edge of the balcony. So the state is hoping, and how do you remember it? I remember it because of the terrifying fear I felt. The objective of the state here was basically to imply that perhaps there is blurriness to the memory that Bana has about the incident, but that definitely happened. And whether she took the picture at some later time or whatever, the point that the state wants us to believe is that the incident...
All right, a little bit more unk, and then we're back to it. Let's see. Matter of fact, let's get caught up on a couple tweets. The judge says, I could stay past 4 p.m. My sentence has been adjourned. I could stay late. Ms. Shapiro, what about y'all? Says, I have a meeting with lawyers in another matter. I want to be here for all of Jane Doe's, who's a key witness. Okay, we'll end at 4. So they're ending at 4. They're ending in hour and a half. Jury enters. First is a stipulation. There was a seizure at Miami Airport of I thought seizure but no, it's a seizure of her phone at the airport. So it looked like Diddy was getting on that plane with Christina Karam. They seized her phone. And then it says the metadata shows September 30th, 2016. Ooh, bring the witness in. Okay. Before we get to that, let me just get back to Unk for a little bit, that we can build up some tweets to read.
Witness that got put on the stand done got dealt with. Shout out to Nicole Westmoreland. Brianna Boglin met with federal prosecutors What's up, man? What's going on? Brianna Boglin met with federal prosecutors. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. She met with federal prosecutors 7, 8 times. She met with the feds yesterday, Wednesday. She met with the feds Tuesday. She met with the feds on Monday. June 4th, June 3rd, June 2nd, May 25th, April 9th, March 27th, all 2025. Cassie texted her yesterday. Who that right there? Tony Quinn. Tony Q. Cassie texted Brianna yesterday morning. Brianna testified to that on the stand. Deontay Nash, hey girl, texted Deontay Nash texted Brianna yesterday too. Both of them. Both Deontay, hey girl, and Cassie text Brianna yesterday. Oh man, that's crazy. They trying to give this man 30 years in prison on a RICO charge, and the girl done got up there in court and got subpoena with immunity. She's protected from perjury. She's protected from perjury, and she got on the stand and told a lie that Puffy hung her off a balcony in Los Angeles on September 26, 2016, and Puffy was in New York with Cassie up in Harlem. He was in Harlem. You know where he was staying at? What hotel he was staying at? Y'all put it in the live chat.
The Trump International asked for me.
What hotel he was staying at? Who his main man? What hotel? He could have stayed. He could have stayed at that hotel. He could have stayed at that hotel. He could have stayed at that hotel. He could have stayed over there. He could have stayed over there.
It ain't no Holiday Inn or Doubletree.
But what hotel?
Ain't no Hampton Inn Suites.
Did he stay at? Who he choose to give his money to? Who he
ain't no Best Western nothing.
Port. Check me out. Check me out. Yeah. Check me out.
It's just like a.
You heard it here first. You heard it here first. Write it down. Write it down.
Okay, all right. We got to move. We got to move. Jane Doe's supposed to be on the stand, so we got to go. Okay, cool. So they get off Banner. On the stand, Eric Santos gets on the stand. She says, I work for the SDNY prosecutor's office for 17 years. I've done all the extractions for the cell phone. So he's a person, he's the extraction expert. They said these 3 cell phones, whose cell phones were there? Cassie. One had a changed IMEI number. It had been repaired. It said if a user takes a screenshot, what's the metadata? So it's the creation data, the modified data. Where is it stored? AUSA said this exhibit, is there another extraction? Yes. No further question. So now it looks like they're trying to say that metadata that the defense got in discovery is not the date that supposedly the incident went down. But here's the thing. Banner agreed that the incident was September 26th according to the metadata, even though she said she didn't really remember. Now, this is why the AUSA brought this expert up to say, the metadata might be wrong, because if they take a screenshot of something, it creates a new date, okay? So now it says, so they rest after that. That's probably like 2 minutes. They rest after that. Then we have the defense says, did some deleted message remain? Santos says yes. So Tenny's doing the cross. Says September 30th is a capture date of the screenshot, right? Santos says yes. Says thank you. Judge says next witness. So that really doesn't prove anything. It kind of says, yo, the date that they were getting this woman for lying about it went down maybe happened on another date, but she's also testifying to the date that they presented to her, which is September 26th, which also I think the prosecutors in pretrial presented to her. So like, I think that was a nothing burger. I ain't gonna lie to you. All right, let's go. Jane Doe said this time we call Jane. Here come. Jane Doe comes in. Okay. They said, could we confirm that the exhibit screens are off? Said they are. It says Jane takes the stand. It says inner city press ain't describing her physical appearance. Sidebar. We know who's going to describe the appearance. Sidebar. We know. So where did you grow up? California. Chat, write these down. She from Cali. What's your level